But also, I'm 25. I'm just living life. So maybe I'll meet a man and the man is going to pay my bills. So why would I care?
So I'm gonna ask you too, and I say also, let me tell you a little thing or two because I'm a little older than you, right? I say if you find somebody want to pay your bills, they're gonna try to control you.
Yeah.
And I said that's not gonna do you any good, right? And they might be like, okay, so
and then she'll be like, I want you to pay my bills.
And I'm gonna tell them quick, I'm not paying your bills, but I say I could also I could teach you how to make money. I could teach you how to, become an independent person. And I say I will still be a provider, but I'm not gonna provide a way that's gonna handicap you.
And she's gonna be like, boy, bye. I need a man who's gonna buy me a Birkin.
Yeah, and when they do that, I'll be like, all right, cool, I'm not the person for you.
Listen, like I always say, block out the noise. Focus on what's real. Stay with what matters. This is where grind meets growth. This is where stories break silence and build legacy. This is Talk Less. Talk less, do more.
Hey everybody, well, welcome back to Talk Less show where conversations go a little bit deeper than the surface. And listen, everybody online wants to be successful, but they don't want to talk about what it really takes. So they want the money, they want the lifestyle, they want the women, but they don't know what actually goes behind the scenes, behind the business. So today, I brought you the reality. Somebody was born in Macon, or actually 30 miles outside of Macon, became an engineer, quit his job, built a business. Now he's a millionaire who lives exactly how he wants. But success isn't pretty and wasn't pretty. And now we're going to talk about all of it today. So we're going to talk about the ego, the pressure, the temptation, the discipline, the women, and the version of himself that he had to kill to get here. Welcome to the Talk Less show, Ty.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it for being here.
Oh, I love that you came on.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time since you did a podcast?
I've been seeing it through with Sarah or whatever, right? So and he just happened to be at the house. He's like, hey, you want to talk? I was like, sure, let's do it.
Because you said something about you being an engineer, and I'm like, wait, hold up, you an engineer?
Yeah. And I get that a lot when people look at me and they think something totally different. And it's like, no, I moved to Atlanta to become an engineer. I mean, I moved to Atlanta for a job. I didn't know nothing about this lifestyle stuff or entrepreneur, none of that stuff. I came here strictly to work for Procter & Gamble, a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Go home and party on the weekend. That was my life.
Okay, we're going to get into this. So before we're going to get started, the first question that everybody answers, if there's one thing you can talk less about, what would it be?
What you about to do, just do it.
Really?
Yeah, don't talk about it, just do it.
You're my type of person.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of talking.
Talk less, do more.
Yeah, just talk less and just do it. They'll know when they see it. They need to know. They'll know when they see it.
Oh my God, I love it. I was listening to this podcast today, this Russian podcast. I listen to a lot of Russian stuff. Okay. And the men, they talk like that. And I'm like, what is wrong with America? Everybody just wants to talk. Nobody wants to do shit.
Yeah, man. They're talking don't do nothing, man. Talking don't pay bills. Talking doesn't get you to the next level in life. Actually getting in the grind, getting in the mud and actually doing the work.
Yeah, like unless you do a podcast or something that's actually requiring you to talk, but there's also a lot of work that goes behind the scenes.
It's like, where's the product? Like, what are we? Okay, all this talking. Where's the actual product? Where's the service that you're offering to help X, Y, and Z?
Yeah, well, let's get into it. So you grew up basically in the country. Mm-hmm. What is it you said?
So it's 30 miles outside of Macon, Georgia, a place called Gordon, Georgia. Gordon.
Okay, and how the hell did you get out of there?
Man, honestly, I have no idea. I used to watch MTV Cribs a lot growing up.
Me too.
I swear. And I always wondered, like, what the heck these people did to, like, live in these crazy looking houses, like these $1 million houses. I never thought that. I always thought you had to be an athlete or, scammer, drug dealer, or something like that in order to, when you're young and grow, that's all I saw. Right. So I didn't think that you could actually like go out here and chase your dreams and invest into yourself or whatnot, man. So that always inspired me to like want to live an abundant life. And I actually grew up like extremely poor.
Okay,
like,
talk to me about it.
I grew up in like a 2-3 bedroom trailer, like 18 people in it.
Trailer?
Yeah, like a trailer park with like 18 people living there. But when you grow up around family, I had all my cousins, aunties, so you don't really know. I'm like bathing in the same water as my cousins and stuff, and I'm like, I cannot believe my mama had me in this dirty ass water with everybody else. But you don't know no better.
In Japan they actually do that. I don't want to be mistaken right now, but I believe it's in Japan where they actually bathe in the same bath. Like a father goes first, then like a mother.
What?
Yes, like it's a whole
I
traditional
just
thing.
came back from Tokyo. I don't see that happening because it's so like upscale there. It must
Right.
that's crazy.
It's some of the Asian countries, they do that. It's like a cultural thing that they do that.
Oh wow, I don't know what was culture, but I don't think it was culture. I just think we ain't having no water to go around for everybody.
Damn, so you had to like boil water to like
Yeah,
take baths?
man. Yep.
We had that too in Russia.
And go outside and pump well into a bucket and take it and pour it into the bathtub.
Yeah, that's how it was growing up in Russia.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I grew up.
We had like so during the winter, obviously it's cold, so we'd live in our apartment, but then everybody, most people would have like village houses. And so like we had the well there, and we had to like get the water, and then we had like the sauna houses where they would just like burn the fire, and then like from the heat, that's where you go, like you get the heat, like you get the sauna, like the real sauna experience.
Oh, the real sauna. I went,
Yeah.
and then I don't know how water is boiling on the stove, so.
It
was definitely when I look back at it, I was like, wow, but I think it grew me a lot. It made me like, just be humble and be grateful.
So what did your parents do?
Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, my mom worked at the gas station.
Okay.
Literally, she raised me and my little sister off of like, I used to look back in like her little W-2s when we was growing up, whatever, when she filed tax, it was like $17,000. I mean, but I'm like 9 at the time, like I'm like, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm making $4 an hour when I was working and stuff too. But now I think about it now, that ain't nothing now. That ain't even $2,000 a month. And I don't know how she did it, man. But like I said, they made it happen. So it was just normal. We grew up in a spot where nobody had jobs. I mean, it was like there was no education. It was just like little local stuff that you can work at, Family Dollars, maybe a food mart or something like that. So yeah.
And then your dad, did you have your dad or no?
Yes, I had my stepdaddy in my life. He worked at like a local railroad stuff, but it still wasn't no money. I guess with those two incomes combined, somebody making 17, somebody making 20,000. I guess it's $40,000 a year. I guess it's not bad when you think about it. But
40, I mean, back then probably was like
So
okay.
It was okay. But like I said, when you grow up like that with so much love and people around you, you just don't know what you're actually going through. But you realize, like, damn, I'm eating food 3-4 days. I'm wearing the same clothes to school, hand-me-downs. Like, it was definitely poor for sure.
Wait, so let me ask you this. What happened to your dad, the actual biological dad?
So, it's so crazy, right? I found out who my real daddy was actually about 3 years ago, and he died 6 months later.
Wait, what?
Yes, I swear to God. I grew up with my stepdad. I didn't know who my real daddy was till I probably was like, man, I'm going to say 2 years ago. I was like 30. 36, 34, and he died 6 months later.
Wait, so your mom basically, so you were growing up with your stepdad thinking that that's your real dad?
Yeah, my mom never told me. She was like, this your dad. And I honestly, like, I didn't think twice about it because he's in my life. It's the only person I knew besides him and my granddaddy. So, but when I found out as I got older, like, that wasn't my real dad.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. And when I did find out, I did try to build a relationship with him, but when I found out he was already sick. So I was like, dang, 6 months. I think I talked to him like once or twice.
Did you feel something when he passed away?
I did, but it's like not too much because I don't know you. Like
it's a stranger to me.
Yeah, you're a stranger in a way. So I was like, I hate it happened, but yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
wow. And did you ask your mom why she never told you about that?
I did ask her. She was just like, I guess they didn't have no relationship, and she said this was your dad. She just never told me because he was a father figure to me, like raised me. So it's like I didn't know. And
how many siblings do you have?
My stepdad had like 9 kids.
Oh, shit.
And I knew actually 2 of them growing up, but my mom only had 2, just me and my sister.
From your dad or from?
Oh no, from I'm older, like a couple years older than my sister. So I guess I'm assuming she met him after my real dad. After she got with the guy, my stepfather, and then had my sister.
Damn, you don't be. I'd be questioning my mom about everything now. Days.
Man, I don't really, cause I asked her why. I said, "Man, why you took so long to tell me?" She was just like, she ain't her else. I just left it alone. She was like, she said you had what you needed growing up. That's all that matters. That's what she told me.
Well, I guess it's like lack of bringing, you don't ask questions. You just go with the flow.
Yeah, she was like, I made sure that you had a decent life growing up. You had a roof over your head and clothes your back. That's all that matters. So I left it alone.
Okay, so you growing up in that trailer, I guess I assume you go to high school, and then how do you end up going to school to study engineering?
Man, so even in the country area, it was definitely, I'm fighting every damn day, damn near. It was like then I ended up moving my grandma. It's like I stayed in like 3 different places growing up. Lived in the projects for half my life as when I was younger. Then moved to the trailer. Then I moved my grandmother. Mm-hmm. And when I moved my grandma, life was, I ain't gonna lie, me and my grandma like this, life was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
how so?
Cause my granddad had a great job. Like he worked at a place called a chalk mine where they like manufacture things. So he was making like $50,000. So my grandma never worked. I think she ended up being like she did a CNA stuff, but like she only did it because she wanted to. She liked to help people or whatever, right? So that was my first time having my own room when I turned like 13, 14. That's my first time having like brand new pair of shoes or whatever. So I seen a different quality of life when I moved with my grandma.
That was your mom's mom?
That's my mom, yeah.
Okay.
So I stayed with my grandma until I was like 13 until I graduated high school.
And then, so you go to high school, but what's the, like, how you watched MTV a lot?
Yeah, I did watch the MTV Crib because, I just wanted, I don't know, man. I just felt like what was the best route I could take to make a lot of money fast and something that was like, cause they always teach you like, get a good job. And it was either engineering, accounting, becoming a doctor, lawyer. Those are the things that, you hear about.
Right.
And we're talking about, man, 10 years ago. Like, no, not even 10 years ago, 19. So that was almost, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing then nothing else wasn't talked about back then, but those particular industries, right? So I chose the best thing that was, I felt I could do. And I also went to the military. So I went to the military straight out of high school to do, I was a 6'3" Bravo Iowa mechanic where I did engineering stuff. And once I got out the military, I ended up going to college.
Okay. So you went to college to study what kind of engineering?
Electrical engineer and a minor in computer programming.
Okay. So you did both.
I did both. Mm-hmm.
And then were you still getting paid from the military, or you were like?
Yeah, for like the first 2 years, once you had your little GI, I forgot what's the name of it, like GI Bill, I think they pay you to go to school. So man, I was getting like $900 a month in college. Okay. So I was like, man, I was living life. Bought me a little car. I was kicking it.
Yeah, you were balling out. 900.
Yeah, I was $9 a month. It was cool in college.
A month. That's a lot of money. Back then it was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of money. We talking about 16 years ago. Yeah, I was cool.
Because you had your dorm paid for.
Everything was paid for. That $900 pocket money, and I had like a valet job, making like $100 a day.
Yo, the valet, where did you go to school?
In Savannah.
Okay,
so Savannah's, and they had the downtown, the downtown district, so they had a lot of hotels, so, 100 to like 150 sometimes, have $200-$300 days, valeting cars. Yeah. So, when I went to college, man, I started making some money.
I actually know people who've been doing valet since they were 18 years old, and they're in their 30s now. They make like over $100,000.
Oh no! Now the valet. Oh yeah, easily. If you work at the Four Seasons, the garden, like where the garden room at? They look
the St. Regis.
The St. Regis. Oh yeah, those valet probably make multiple six figures.
I know that they work at. I'm not gonna name the spot, but I'm like, yo, what? Like you're making over $100,000, and they're like, yeah,
for sure.
It's a lot of money. That I was like, I didn't even know. I didn't even think twice about that. That's how you can do it. Yeah. So, okay, you go to engineering, and you had I guess, because to study engineering, it's a lot of freaking work.
I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, a lot of studying, a lot of learning things. And I thank God for it now because you have to critical think to be an engineer. You got to understand how things work.
Right. You have to have logic.
You have to have logic. My mind is so logic about everything that I do. So we'll talk about that as I talk about how I got into software development. Because of having an engineering background and being able to see how does this supposed to work. Everything is engineering. Something has to happen for something has to happen. Right. So I took that and man, I was like, okay, this is going to get me a decent job. So I stayed in there. As I graduated, took some time off. I was in this dual program where I ended up getting my master's degree. So I did like 6 months, almost I say 8 months online for North Carolina A&T. Okay. So I ended up getting a little dual master's program through the college or whatnot.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's good. Because I remember, and the thing is, there's a big narrative, especially in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. You don't need to go to college. This is just going to get you in debt. Education is not important. Mm-hmm. Just take a course because, everybody was selling courses. So now...
They selling courses now. No courses going on in 2013 and 14.
But I feel like they're really pushing this narrative of don't go to college. It's not important unless you're an athlete, unless you're playing football or basketball or some big sport. Maybe yes, but other than that, don't go to college. Mm-hmm.
I would honestly now college didn't really teach me that. I built friendships there. Okay. But practical skills, life skills, you don't learn it in college.
What did you learn in college?
How to be, but luckily my degree engineering, there's certain things I had to learn. I learned how to program in college. Right. And I also, when I started working, they sent me to a more detailed programming school, a more in-depth class. But I actually learned how to program at the university. But other than that though, that was I took a business class, but you think about it now, you have a business guy that doesn't own a business.
I I don't think people should study business. Actually,
Yeah, that's real. You got to only learn that through somebody, get a mentor that actually owns a business that can teach you real business, marketing, sales, leadership, communication, development, all those things in order to run a successful people and to deal with successful business and to deal with people. You certain skill sets you need, and you can't teach that through practical learning.
no, and well, yeah, that's not practical.
It's not practical.
That's
So I was like, we out here talking, you talking about running a business, and you are a professor at a college making $60,000 a year and don't own a liquor business. Like when you think about it now, I was like, man, what the heck? It's a waste of money.
I think we went to school around the same time. Like I graduated in 2018, but I started in 2013. I just had a longer run because I went to a community college. But I remember vividly every business class that I had to take was talking about Walmart of the 90s. And I remember I'm like, Walmart is already at the time was the biggest online retailer. Why are we talking about Walmart being the actual physical retailer?
You don't even have the nowhere near the money. And for the average person, there's never going to be another Walmart.
No.
Like we talk, like Walmart's not going nowhere. I mean, you got other department stores, but it's like 5. If you look at all the major department stores, it ain't like hundreds around. It's 10. So talking to that space doesn't even make any sense. Well, you need to be talking to the person who got a mom and pop store around the corner who got started with a couple of $1,000s. And some good credit. Even if that. Yeah, even if that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy when you think about it. Like, what?
But I think like still college taught me how to. Well, I always say I have a degree in bullshitting. I learned how to bullshit because I learned how to adjust to people so well, and I learned how to respect the authority. And if there's a deadline, if I know I'm not going to meet that deadline, I better communicate with the professor.
It gives you discipline and structure because there's nobody telling you what to do. You have to get up in the morning, and if you don't get up, you get kicked out of college because if you don't pass, you fail. And if you have to maintain a certain GPA, you get kicked out of dorm rooms, you fail, and you don't succeed in life. So it does teach you discipline, and it gives you a little sense of structure and a sense of urgency to actually meet deadlines.
Right.
So you do develop that skill and people because you're around thousands of people every single day. Some of my best friendships today came from college.
True.
So like, because you're around these people every single day. So I'm grateful for the friendships that I made and the development. But as far as life skills to go out here and succeed, 0.
Yeah, that's true.
I ain't gonna say 0, but it was not worth the $70,000-$80,000 day they put me in.
I remember that vivid feeling in college where I was like, well, now I'm going to graduate and I'm going to get a job. Yeah. And once I was senior I went to a community college. So I did 2 years in community college, 2.5 years. And once I realized that after community college that I still have 2 more years, and I had friends who were older than me, and I was like, none of them are getting the jobs that they want. They're making like $40,000-$50,000 a year at that. Like if they're making 40, 50, and that was like 2018, right? And I lived in California. So mind you, 40, 50, you dead broke. You literally have to have a roommate and like you literally just like barely even getting by. Yeah. And I remember I was like, shit, I better get moving. And then I got an internship at Google. Like I talked to some people and I was like, just get me in. And then I got into Google. But then after Google, when I was graduating, because I was there for almost 2 years, when I was graduating, I was like, I started applying for jobs. I was like, nobody wants me. They don't give a fuck if you have a degree or not.
They don't, man. It's all about who you know.
It's about who you know. And I remember because I was dating somebody and he was in sales. And so he told me, he was like, if you want to make the money, get in sales. And then I started seeing how it works. I was like,
sales is what it says. The word is sales. Everything is sales.
Yeah, but I was like, you know what? Fuck all that. I was like, I don't want to be no product manager. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to be in sales. And so I applied. I remember I looked at the numbers. I applied to 1,100 jobs. I literally, because I was trying to sell myself to get a job. I had to get a job or like I can't stay. Dang. 1,100 emails, applications, and everything. It was crazy. And one company called and one company hired me. One. After I went to a private school, like the school was worth like $120,000.
Yeah, man. All these prestige, all these accolades you have. I went to this school. I was this in my class. I tell people now that stuff does not matter now. The best thing somebody can do now is if you have to go to college, cool. But if not, you can just go live in a big city and meet entrepreneurs. Find you a mentor for less than $20,000 to teach you real life skills and actually give you the skill set that you can apply immediately within about a couple of months or maybe a year to go to that personal development stage to learn, how to talk to people, that whole little process. Go become that person and you will be able to make, like I have mentors right now, right? I mean, mentees right now that have paid me for me to teach them certain skill sets within about a year that I made their first 6 figures. And I created like 8 millionaires so far just through teaching them certain skill sets, stuff that's needed in the world, things that you can learn with less risk to get in. The gateway to entry is very minimal.
But you did do corporate though, like you went to corporate.
Yeah, I did. I worked corporate for probably like 5 years.
How did you get into corporate?
As an engineer, first I started working at this little local intern place. It was like $50K straight out of college a little bit. It was cool.
Okay.
And then I started applying. Then I met a friend that it's so crazy. I met a friend, his girlfriend's dad was a project manager at Procter & Gamble, right? So he just happened to tell her. I ended up meeting the dad or whatever. He interviewed me, and I got my first professional job as an engineer making like $75,000. And $75,000 at the time, well, it was decent money. I'm like, no kids. I'm 25 years old at the time, I think. Oh, $75K. So that's how I started my engineering journey. I lived in Canada for like 6 months. Okay. Because my first assignment was Canada to go learn how to design lancets, which are the things when people prick themselves. When people prick themselves to test their glucose level with the machines, I used to program those. Okay. And then program the machines that actually produce the actual product.
But if you were in Canada, usually you don't have to pay for housing. You don't have to pay.
I
didn't
have to pay for anything. All this pocket money.
You literally all 75. So like you basically have no expenses at that point. No expenses,
nothing. So they paid me per diem.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it was dope. That was my first real live like engineering job. Like I really had my professional start there.
So because you were really racking up the money, $75K. Like,
yeah, I did. I saved up a lot. I saved up a lot of money, but not when I moved back to the States, I blew it out. But at that time it was cold. I'm not used to the cold. It's freezing cold in kind of like negative 11 degrees Celsius. So I'm not partying. I'm not gonna lie. I was like the only black person there. So it was like, it was hard to like meet people. And I mean, I did, but it's different. It's work. And then maybe like 1 weekend out of the month, I would come back to Savannah and then hang out with my friends and stuff and go see my family. Okay.
But what did you learn in corporate? Because I feel like you learn a lot in corporate. Though.
I learned really I ended up being a project manager too, but I learned how to program. When they did take me to like a little 2-month training school to learn their particular equipment and to learn the programming language. I need to learn to actually program the machines. So that skill set, I did learn a real hands-on skill that sometimes I actually use to this day.
But also, I feel like it teaches you the structure, how to run your calendar, how to communicate with people.
Yeah, you got to know, even as a project, right? Even, fast forward now, I build softwares now, like I'm telling you. I'm able to look at something and know how it needs to work and find a person that can do it. Right. I learned that skill set working a 9-to-5 because now I'm learning like, okay, they're telling me, I got a project manager that's telling me what to do. So me picking up those little skills and being able to understand, meet deadlines and those things. If I can't learn to find somebody that can, I learned how to leverage that a lot too, because there was other like engineers and software developers there too, leveraging other people's skill set. So I did learn a lot of skills and understand how things work that I was able to apply like to my whatever I got going on right now.
And when you started, because I can tell you the same thing about corporate. I've been in corporate for, I don't know, 10 years at this point. And I really, now I'm like, shit, I wish I had those resources because, they have their branding done. They have their, all the technology set up. I don't have to, you don't have to purchase no softwares because everything is already integrated and working. Yep. And then you go on your own and you're like, fuck me.
You got to build all these things. But think about that when you take back a look at that structure. I ain't think about it now. Like right now I run a business meeting, right? I have like 16 employees. So I have morning huddles to see what's going on in the business, telling people what to do, looking at the numbers. And it's the same thing in corporate America too, because I was in the project side too. So in the morning time, we had a morning huddle, right? The guy who ran the department would come in and we would give him the deliverables. Yes. He would tell us the deliverables and we would give him like what's going on. So we can go out and execute and hit these numbers that they set out for us for the week. And I was like, that skill set's the same way now where morning huddles with my team. Yeah. We meeting a certain goal, what's being done and what are the bottlenecks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's, like I said, that same skill set I was able to implement and I can build teams and I can actually get stuff done. I have a marketing department, a development department, and I know how to structure those particular departments because of that skill from corporate America.
Yeah, but I feel like it's still a different mindset as a business owner.
Oh, you have to have, it's definitely a different mindset, man. It's like, you just gotta like, I don't know, it's a certain type of drive, man, that it can be taught to, but I ain't gonna lie. Some people got it and some people don't. Like some people you still can teach till they never get it. There's some entrepreneurs out here who never got it.
Well, and it's like sometimes like, why are you even doing this? At this point, there are some people who are doers and there are some people who are executors.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times people who are doers, they're trying to be executors, but they can't. Like people need to tell them what to do.
Yeah, there's some people out there. Everybody can't go out here and create. Everybody can't go out here. And there's some days I would wake up and be on my computer for 15 hours.
Yeah.
Like just learning things. I'm ChatGPT researching things, or Upwork and Indeed, Upwork, freelancer, finding developers to do certain things I need them to do in order to keep my business thriving. That takes a certain kind of person to do those things. Because when nobody's telling you what to do, I could easily just like not do nothing, you know?
Yeah.
But I have the mindset of like, you eat what you kill. If you don't create, you consume.
Exactly.
So I'm always in the mindset of creating, offering something to the marketplace. Because there's a certain mindset that I think everybody should have. Your job, 98% of the world are consumers. So the 2%ers are getting rich because they're the one providing the services, the products to the marketplace. And I was like, okay, there's this marketplace out here that people are exchanging their dollar either for service or value. I need to be on the other side where I'm exchanging this service and value to the world. That's how you get rich.
Right. That's very simple.
Very simple.
I feel like it's more simple than what we think, especially when you're in corporate. I felt like I was put in a box of like, I need to be a doer, and I'm not a doer. I'm an executor. So to me, that's why it's always been hard I've loved being in sales, but it's been hard to, listening to a manager or listening to I'm like, yo, listen, you don't even be in the fucking field. You don't even know what's going on. And I'm the one that actually goes and like, I run my own business. So everything is up to me, and I can bring you feedback, but a lot of times, they don't want to hear it. So,
and I think school too creates a box around you because it teaches only one way to operate. That's not real life if you really want to become successful, right? But people you have to, honestly though, everybody became entrepreneurs. So you have to teach some type of structure to have the people that actually do the work.
Yeah.
You need the doers. So school teaches you how to be a doer. At some point in your life, once you get to a certain age and you realize you meet somebody and you see a whole different life and you realize this person is not a doer. They're telling the doers what to do. But some people don't get a chance to meet that person, which could be a mentor, somebody that has the business, somebody that has the things that you desire to have for yourself. I never forget, I had like a Mustang. Never thought about driving a Lamborghini until I met somebody that had a Lamborghini. And he was a business owner. And I was like, and it kind of changed my mind. Like, yo, how did you even become, get this person? Like, what did you do? Start a business. When I used to ride past mansions and stuff, I used to say, what the hell do they do to own a house like that?
Right.
Then I ended up owning one. And then I seen other people own one. It was like everybody was starting business. They was out here creating. They was like everybody was providing services. And at that moment, they like clicked to me, okay, that's what I need to be doing. And people don't know what they know until you get exposed to something. And it change your perspective on everything around you.
Yeah.
Oh, then you learn like, dang, school really created a box around me, and it teaches you how to operate inside this box. But when you become an entrepreneur, you learn life skills. If you want to become successful and have an abundant life, there's a whole nother world and not even a box, there's a whole nother world that you need to operate in.
Yeah.
There's and it's like in that little box is go to work 9 to 5, do these things here too. And outside of that, it's only a certain amount of things that you can access until you step outside of there and realize that you can become a millionaire. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be a drug dealer. You don't have to do these things that you thought was what it takes to become that growing up. I can actually learn a skill set and copy what somebody else is doing and implement it in my own life and have the same type of lifestyle. But like I said, it takes that person to be aware and to be exposed. And I pray to God moving to Atlanta and just seeing things expose me to all the things to like change my mindset and be like, at least let me get an opportunity to see what's else out there.
Yeah, I feel like when I moved to Atlanta, I was like, holy shit, I've never seen that many scammers before in my life.
Yeah, I never seen so many black successful people. I never seen that stuff when I got here. I never seen people wearing jewelry and like nice cars and things of that nature, big houses. I never saw that before. So I'm like, what the hell these people do?
Let's see. When I moved to America, I went to the Bay Area. So my first exposure was to this like gigantic houses, people making like $250,000 a year minimum. Yeah. And that was like 2013, mind you.
It's a lot of money.
So it's a lot of money. And like, to me, it became normal. And when I moved, I was like, oh, wait, $100,000. Not everybody makes that. To me, I was like, if you don't make $100,000, the fuck are you doing? Like, you broke. Like, you're literally broke. And living in San Francisco, living in San Jose, it's like, it's a mecca of the entrepreneurs, of the tech.
All the tech world is
But I felt like the tech world is just like dimming me down, and I couldn't, because I was like, there's no way I can survive in this. Like, there's no way I can thrive in this because I don't fucking have any tech. I ain't got nothing to give. I'm a salesperson.
Yeah.
I can sell. I got the creative skills. I got just, the talking skills. But I don't have the skills of like, doing the tech. Although I'm a very tech savvy person. Like I love AI. I work in data integration. Like I'm very, I learned I started learning Pascal at some point. I learned the SQL. I didn't really like progress with it, but I have a very mathematical mind. But I just told myself that I'm not a tech person, so like I can't really do it. Although I've always worked in tech, and I worked at like the biggest tech companies, so I understand it.
Yeah, you understand? That's all that matters. That's
right.
all that matters.
Right.
You understand it.
And when you moved to Atlanta, it was like such a big contrast for me because now I'm the smart guy. I'm the one that knows, well, the smart girl. I know everything. I understand everything. And people are looking at me with eyes like this. They're like, wait, how do you do this? How do you do that? Yeah. I'm like, easy, simple. What do you mean, like?
But yeah, Atlanta wasn't a place for that because it's not no tech community.
No, it's growing now.
It's
though.
Growing now,
it's
but
really
ain't nothing compared to LA and San Francisco. It's nothing compared to that.
Not like Dallas or It's very different. So for me, it was very different when I moved here, and I was like, wow. But this is like an entrepreneurial land where people have businesses and they are very successful with what they're doing. And I'm just like, how the hell are y'all making millions of dollars like running your own business? And it's like a 3 to 4 people shop, And like, granted, not always it's run by the rules and by the book and whatever. And I also saw a lot of bullshit, a lot of people saying. And then when you're like, wait, hold up. This is a white label thing. You don't own them. You literally white labeling. You don't create this. This is like, and I remember how like they were really, so many people, they were pushing the white labeling stuff as if it's their own and they own everything. And I'm like, no.
But when you think about it, who cares though? It's like, I tell people, don't be emotionally attached to a thing. That's it. People, I got to have ownership. Man, no. Learn how to leverage and delegate and get rich without the headache.
Right.
Let the people who created that have the headache of making sure stuff works.
Right.
Your job is to sell it, to leverage it, and to serve it to the marketplace. A lot of people get so emotionally attached trying to like create something, and I want to be this first, developing, and this stuff is innovative person, Einstein. Yeah. First off, I look at life. It takes too long.
Yeah. Some
people don't have the money or the resources to even get to that point, right? So you will spend 4 or 5 years trying to do this on your own. You can copy something in 6 months and get rich. The goal is not to be the greatest innovator. The goal is financial freedom. The goal is abundance. The goal is to take care of your family. The goal is security. Right. So whatever lane can get you there the quickest, don't be emotionally attached to the things that get you there, or the what gets you there, or what product or service. Something that you can that's actually good, and just get there fast. That's my motto with everything.
So how did you quit corporate, and then what did you do after? How did you decide to go into your own?
I ain't gonna lie, I went to a networking event. First off, I designed, and I talked about this on a previous interview. What made me leave, I created a software for my business to detect bad products before it came out the production line. Mm-hmm. So what was happening was my company was producing products that had to meet certain QA, like quality control, had to be a certain dimension, a certain length, a certain weight. And what happened was the machine sometimes it'll mold too hard, or it don't mold all the way. Some pieces might be longer than the others, and you can't sell it to the marketplace, so they scrap it. So I created a system where that before it hits that molding stage where it hardens, that it could detect dimensions and size. And if it comes out and it's not the standard of what it needs to be, it'll alarm and stop the machine.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, so it'll alarm, and then somebody get over there and resize, and it's able that before it got hardened, it was able to remold it and send it back through the system. Okay. I created that. Damn. And now what happened was, before I did that stuff would come, just as much stuff that they were producing, they was throwing it away. Right. So we talking about millions of dollars in material that was being thrown away. When I came in, I say the millions of dollars. Our scrap weight went from like 60 to down like 20%.
So did you get a payout for that? Or?
No, this what happened.
Oh.
I got I got recognized at a company quarterly meeting. They was like, they're like, yo, Mr. Bernie created a system. It saves us millions of dollars. I'm thinking I'm about to get like a raise or stupid bonus, some equity. Man, these folks gave me a gift ticket alone for $25.
Are you joking?
Yes, I swear to God. And people who follow me, I tell this story all the time. They gave me a gift certificate. I was so I didn't want to show it in my face. I was pissed.
$25 when you say the millions?
I mean millions, at least like $7 million.
Well, but because when it comes to production, regardless, we're talking millions of dollars, especially if it's a larger
But think about it, I'm just a number to them.
But you are just a number, regardless.
Regardless of what I did, I was like, yo, it was just a number to them because guess what? When you work, you want to be the best employee you could be.
Did you have a patent on it or no?
No, I didn't, because and guess what though? It was my own intellectual property because they had people that went to MIT, Harvard, all these prestige schools that didn't even, they was just there to work. They didn't, I went over yonder to try to curate, right? But ended up being a blessing to me too, because I'm gonna tell you what happened, right? This is a crazy thing. After the thing, my manager, who was cool, he seen on my face. Mm-hmm. He's like, bro, you mad? I say, bro, I just say these for millions of dollars, bro. And they give me a $25 gift, not a raise or nothing. At the time, I make like $80K.
You can't even have a whole meal with that $25.
Bro, let me tell you. The next day, I got so pissed. I came in and work. Everybody congratulating me. Thank you so much. I went and took the program out the machine.
Did you take it out?
Yes, I took the whole program out and put it on the flash drive. And on lunch break, I left. This is what happened. I left so I say within about 2 hours, my phone started blowing up. They was like, yo, the machines are alarming, right? They was alarming because this stuff was coming off now. It wasn't being stopped. So it was throwing stuff away. They was like, why is it not alarming anymore? Whatever. So he was like, I said, he was like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. Then the supervisor called me and he was like, yo, what's going on machine? He said, where are you? I said, I'm home. He was like, he said, yo, you supposed to be at work. I was like, I'm not coming back. He was like, what? And I was like, I'm not coming back. And then, bro, the department head called me and I never spoke to the man never spoke to me.
Of course.
Yo, he didn't know my name. Hey, this the guy from, that did the thing or whatever. And they saying the thing going on, we're losing. Stuff is being thrown away now. I thought it was stopping. Oh. I just hung up the phone.
Did you just put your notice in and you left?
I ain't put no notice in. I never showed the work. Let me tell you what happened. My manager, I was actually cool with, he called me. And he like, bro, what happened, bro? He said, you took the program off? I said, yeah. He was like, damn. So he was like, what you gonna do? I was like, I'm not coming back to work. He didn't even get mad at me. He was like, bro, I understand. I said, bro, my intellectual property, I felt used. My intellectual property, say you millions of dollars, and this is how you repay me. That let me know how valuable I was in my own brain power and what I was able to create. They didn't send me to school. I ain't no training. This was my own intellectual property, a skill set I learned from a previous job.
Yeah, and it's in your contract too that you own your intellectual property.
I own my own. So let me tell you what happened. The CEO called me.
Oh, damn.
The CEO called me. And they tried to triple my salary to come back to work. Triple.
Okay.
I said no. They offered me like $200,000, sign all type of stuff. They told me no. And they was like, well, can we pay you for? And honestly, at the time, I didn't think about like leveraging and saying, hey, give me equity. I didn't have that mindset at the time.
Well, you didn't know.
I didn't know either. So like, I didn't know. I just said no because I was being an asshole because now it took that to see my value or whatever, right?
Right.
And for them, honestly, I don't know what made me say no. Because guess what? Most people said yes. I'm talking about 26 years old, making almost $200,000 a year. That's 20 grand a month almost. Most people would have took that.
Yeah, but God
spoke so something in me was like, no, man, don't take it. And I mean, it was calling me like for about a good 2 weeks straight, trying to like, get me come in and talk to the owners and all these other people or whatever. Man, by then I was just so felt used. I was like, I don't work for nobody. I want to work for myself. And that day, I started like my entrepreneurship journey, learning the skills. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, bro, I'm going to figure it out. Clearly, like I have some type of value and I'm an engineer. I will figure anything out. So I ended up going to a networking event and I got introduced to credit, like credit and financial literacy. And, and at the time I had bad credit because it's like, I didn't know what credit was, still making that. Like, I just remember going to a dealership, hey, put $8,000 down for a car and this is your car note. I didn't know nothing about APRs and down payments. It's like, okay, woo, this a monthly payment.
Yeah.
And then I started hearing somebody saying, oh yeah, I got $100,000 and I was able to get into real estate. I was like, damn, like, okay, how long would it take me to save up? What got me was when this guy was like, because at the time I only had like maybe $8,000 saved up at the time, right? So when this guy was like, he got access to $100K in 90 days, it caught my attention.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. You know how long would it take me to save $100K? Years.
Right. And corporate, years.
Years, maybe
years.
10 years.
And being on a budget and being
yes, you got to be on a budget.
Discipline.
You got to be strict and all that stuff too. And I was like, and I didn't think of credit at the time to be used for that, because when I was growing up, like, credit cards was horrible. Hey, throw it away. Don't do this. It's gonna like have you poor for the rest of your life.
Right.
And they gave me a different mindset. That was like, credit can allow you to leverage to create financial freedom, to invest into something to create passive residual income. And it made sense to me too, because I actually have a credit score. I had to use credit to get a car.
Mm-hmm.
I had a credit card that was like $500 at the time, or whatever. And he was talking about how he brought out his credit cards. I was like, yo, this $20,000, this $15,000, this $30,000. He had over $100,000 in credit. He said he did it in 90 days. That caught my attention.
So what'd you do?
He was like, the guy offered a mentorship, and it was only $1,000 at the time. It took me about 4 months to do it, though. I ain't gonna lie. I ended up trying to learn on my own. Mm-hmm. And I learned a little stuff through YouTube or whatever, and I tried to start doing a little stuff for myself. I literally was living on my savings, because at the time my rent was only like $800. Oh, and I was like, I don't know, a strict budget, bro. I wasn't going out, but I was still in the house just learning little things. I hit the dude up, bro, and I was like, bro, because guess what? His lifestyle marketing got me. I was watching his page, stalking his page every day.
Like, I want to be like him.
Yeah, he was like it's just planes, at this place, staying in nice hotels, eating out every day, showing how much money he was making. And it was like, man, I want to live like that, man. The people he was around, the jewelry, all that stuff, it got my attention, I'm not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. So I hit him up, bro. I said, bro, can you teach me how this credit stuff works? He was like, yeah, pay for a mentor. And he taught me the credit game. Mm-hmm. Taught me how trade lines work. I watched some videos, took some courses, and taught me how to get access to capital. So I ended up taking my credit score with that information from like a 560 to like a 735. I got my first $25,000 credit card. Then I ended up getting $50,000. And he was like, yo, leverage this. So he did real estate. I swiped my card. I ended up swiping a credit card. Got the money off of it and ended up getting a property. It was like 30 grand. But I ended up flipping that property. I used it, and I was scared as hell. Like, oh my God, I never in my life. First off, I got to pay this money back. I never in my life had $50,000 before. It ended up like $58,000. I'm panicking. The guy was like, bro, just trust me. He like, this is what we're going to do. And he got me through the whole process. And now I was like, damn, I own the property now. I got this bill to pay. So I'm like scared as hell, because I'm thinking it's a lot of debt. I'm not thinking that it's good debt. I'm not thinking about, I don't have that mindset at the time. Right. So I'm just thinking I got to pay all this money back. Like, I'm about to be poor. I'm about to, like, it's terrifying. Mm-hmm. And I never forget, we was going through the whole process. I ended up selling the house for triple what I paid for. And I made like, I think my profit after I paid the loan back was like $50,000. Okay. So I went from $7,000 to 40 grand in like 90 days from my own intellectual, just leveraging credit. I said, oh, this is it. Damn. And I did it again. And I started teaching other people how to go from where they are and teaching them real financial literacy, how to actually leverage credit, how to get access to capital, how to invest the money. Yeah. And man, I did my friends, my family, and bro, and I started like leveraging social media, posting what I was doing. People hit me, hey, you fix my credit, you can do this. Mm-hmm. And I was charging like $500. And I started charging $1,000 to fix people's credit and stuff like that too, man. I learned the game.
So what happened to the flashcard with the IP stuff?
I honestly I did away with it. Let me tell you what happened. That company shut down like 2 years later, like a year later. They went out of business.
They went out of business? Mm-hmm. There you go. Good
business.
Job. And then you were business.
Yep, I thrive. And I ain't gonna lie. The manager at the time, he like, bro, I knew you was gonna become the person that you are, because I just seen how creative you were and you execute. Yeah. Like, and I end up, when I started fixing credit, what really got me I started an MLM. Most of the marketing company. Like, I literally started, I was a part of little companies, little things then, but I was more seeing I was part of a company. They had about 60,000 people in that company. It was Amway, Herbalife. I did FES, Wake Up Now, World Avengers, all the MLM stuff. So I'm like, they got 70,000 people paying $89 a month. I'm doing a number. These people make like $10 million a year leveraging people's marketing. The guy and the owner at the time, I think he had like 2,000 followers on social media, but he's making $30 million a year because he's leveraging others people's network and giving them a piece of something. Because back then, there was no way to make $10,000. There was nobody on Instagram talking about courses, mentorship, learn this. Either going to do sales or work a 9 to 5, but even the 9 to 5 ain't going to get you $10,000, $20,000 a month. So I did. I seen these people, man, you know what? I took that. I was in it, but I always say this too. I always ask God for wisdom in a place of opportunity presents itself. I was looking like, how the back end work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, bro, I ain't got no phone at the time. I'm like, these people are promoting. I'm actually hosting my events at my house, my apartment building, promoting somebody else's service and product and getting a percentage of it. I didn't think about what he was making because at the end of the day, okay, this is a way I can pay my bills. Man, I told like 4 of my friends, I like, bro, I started an MLM company. They're like, well, I said, yeah, I said, just they believed. They were like, bro, they just knew me being an engineer, bro. I know you're gonna say you do what you're gonna do to my friends. I used to talk about big stuff with them. They locked in with me. So for the first, let me tell you, for the first 6 months, by the first year I locked in there, I cut off sex. I didn't have sex for like 7 months because it was a distraction to me. You know how just being a handsome brother, man, it was easy. And then it was like, I just had to cut that off. So I ended up teaching class myself from like 8 in the morning to like 5 p.m. teaching. I taught a credit course. I had started learning how to trade like Forex and that stuff. I taught a Forex class. I created a credit course, created a Forex course, me and my friend, created a real estate course and an e-commerce course. I taught every day for like 7 months, Monday through Friday. And I used to host events. I had ended up getting an apartment. And the people at that place were so cool. We're still cool to this day. They used to charge me $200 a week to use their lobby, right? Nice. So after a while, they seen what I was doing. They started letting me do it for free. So I hosted an event every single day, every Wednesday for a straight year, marketing and telling people about the business. And that shit grew like wildfire. It went from 4 people to like 100. Then 100 to like 200, 300. And then next thing you know, I'm throwing events in bigger places. I never forget, for the first year, I didn't make any money because the money went back into the business. I started like getting coaching to learn how to like become a business owner. And I learned that skill set. And I was just like, learn how to run a business. I started like just taking, reading all these books and stuff. And I didn't even have a mentor at the time.
Yeah.
I just had somebody kind of like, because at that time, nobody wasn't owning businesses for real. So it's come from YouTube, Ray Denalio, Think and Grow Rich, and just learning the skills that I learned on my own, man. The second year I made my first, like, I say 100,000. The second year I made $1 million.
Damn.
Within that short amount of time from that business model. Mind you, I had over like 3,000 people paying $199 a month.
Oh, wow.
And I was actually paying my friends $10,000 to $20,000 a month because that's their rank was, and that was they were. They had a whole bunch of people under them, and we was actually offering something that was actually helping people. Right. We were teaching people how to fix credit, and these people's lives were changing. They're like getting $50,000 or $100,000 in credit. They was starting their own online stores. They were learning the skill set of how to trade options, Forex, and those things, man. And it was ended up being a blessing. So that's what made me like, just start that journey to start it there. And then, some things happened. Then I had to follow of it too, because at that time I was making so much money that I didn't have that second level of development that I needed. It's like, all right, be entrepreneur. Then you need to be like, invest and be an investor. Like, learn how to let your money work for you in a way, and learn how to actually run a business. And I didn't have that particular skill at the time. I was young. I wanted all the nice stuff. I started like spending money and
of course
blowing money, buying jewelry. I bought my mama. I bought my grandma a car. I was paying people's bills. I took care of my family though, for sure.
That's good.
And it was like, so the money didn't go to waste because I was able to. I enjoy life, so I don't regret it. But I didn't have that development where like leadership skills where I needed to manage thousands of people.
Right.
And I was just doing it out of just trial and error. I just knew how to be a good person. Do what you say you're gonna do. Treat people nice. Offer something that helps people.
But then at the same time, I feel like once you do, so this is what I'm learning being a business owner, because like obviously everything I do is a business now. A lot of times I can't let go of control, and then I end up running myself to the ground and not, like you say, not making my money work for me. So because I can't give up that control, you got to trust people.
Yeah, you do. And at that time, I didn't. That's what my downfall was, trying to do everything on my own. At that point, you can't do that stuff on your own. You need the partner. I'm stressed out. I'm running myself thin. Other things are falling because those things are not attended to. So I'm trying to do 5 things, and it ended up being a lot. So honestly, to a certain extent, that ended up being a downfall because I got so frustrated that like things start happening, things starting to be neglect. I wasn't losing money, but things that was happening was causing to lose money because there was no eyes on it.
Right.
So it was like, dang, all these stuff. That's why accounting departments are important, marketing departments.
Yes. Even
somebody to talk to making sure things are done right. And it was just me. And that's what happened. But like I said, I thank God for that skill set, because the second phase of my life was the business that I have now. And I still do mentorships on a higher level and coaching on a super high level, and then I build softwares. But that particular skill set of me losing that $1 million and losing that what I lost allowed me to go even bigger, because that was that lesson in that season in my life. Nah, bro, I don't do nothing. I make so much money a month, I don't do nothing. I got a team. I'm quick to pay somebody to do something.
Yeah, because you really have to get burned in order to learn that.
Yeah, I hate to say it. That was a crazy lesson, but it got me, because it's like, I'm not gonna stop being a business owner. But all that skill set, and it's like, once you learn how to cope with things, it's not like everything is perspective.
Yeah.
Some people can dance in the rain. Some people can and cry in the rain, right? Depends on the perspective. I could walk outside because I just made $1 million and it rain outside. I can walk around and troll around and like let the rain on me. Or somebody can rain and it's depressing to them because they're not happy in their life.
But also like $1 million, right? Like it's a very relative number, because $1 million, like these days, how far is that going to go as a business owner?
Yeah, not far.
It's not going to go far,
No.
Because if we're talking about buying a car, buying a house.
I mean, I ain't gonna sit and say it's still a lot of money. I ain't gonna never say it's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But like when you start and at the time I got $40,000 a month in bills, 30 grand
That's
a
what I'm
month in
saying.
bills.
That like, how sustainable is that if you have those kind of expenses?
Yeah.
Because you're making that kind of money and then all of a sudden the money stops.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what happened. And my money stopped. Mind you, I got a $6,000 car note. I got paying for people's bills.
Yeah.
I got 4 cars. I'm literally like, bro, like, what? I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, whatever. But I guess I had money saved. But I was able to get back on my feet very fast. So, a little having friends, to be there for you and things of that nature, man. But it's always a part of the journey.
Did you use your skills as far as what you were teaching people?
Yep, to get back on my feet.
To get back, yeah.
Yep, exactly what I did. I get my credit because I had all this stuff on my credit, up taking some stuff on my credit report, going to take out another, get access to more capital to start developing things better. So that skill set that I learned on how to repair credit, how whatever. So guess what? Now I just started charging more for credit repair. Mm-hmm. And then I still had the people paying whatever. It's just that thing. Now I just turned into a smaller scale community or whatever. But I was able to pivot relatively fast because I already built that foundation. So the people that's watching, I always build a foundation that's so strong that no matter what happens, you can always build back on that foundation. Yeah. And let me give you a perspective. If you build a house, the concrete has to be perfect. Because if a storm comes through, and just say that house is made of bullshit wood or whatever, you got to start over. But if you build it strong, it may knock some stuff down, but you have something that you don't have to start from scratch. Exactly. Yeah. And once you have a certain skill set, that skill set is not going nowhere because it's yours. Yeah. And you always can come back no matter what business, no matter what situation, and build back on. So I was able to get back on my feet. Just went back to the drawing board.
Yeah. And a lot of times people are going to go with like this mindset, oh, like I don't have the money. I'm going to do it cheap. I'm going to save the money. You're going to end up paying way more later.
Yeah, man, I tell people spend the money in the beginning because time is money, bro. And I look at life, the average life expectancy of a human being is like 70 years. Mm-hmm. So there's some people that already live half their life already. Mm-hmm. So that goes to tell you, you don't have time, especially to a certain age, to make mistakes. Yeah. You don't got time, especially if you have goals of living an abundant life. You have goals of becoming a multimillionaire, taking care of your family, the people who love you, just doing great things for the world. That takes money, resources, and certain skill set. So I tell people, get rich as quick as possible and stop waiting because you don't literally have enough time to wait. Man, I talk to people sometimes coming to my mentorship program. They be like desperate because they be like 45 and they still trying to figure it out. They got kids now. But I say it's okay, but when you saying that now, but think about a person. Think about who you were before you became an entrepreneur. When you think about that stuff, it get kind of scary. When you got kids, you know your next dollar gonna come from. And you don't know nothing but to work a job. Right. All this stuff is completely foreign to you. Yeah, credit was foreign to me.
I'm just saying that it's okay in a sense that there's the right timing for the people, right? Yeah. So it's like some people, it doesn't hit them until they're 40. It doesn't hit them until they're 50. Some people get to hustle.
I scare people when I talk to them. I say, bro, most people gonna die at 70. Right. And I'll say, yo, if you 45, you got a good, and I hate to say this too, luckily 70, healthy 70. Right. Because some people start developing chronic illnesses. These diseases and things start to happen. And guess what? If you don't have an abundant mindset, a discipline, most people who aren't entrepreneurs don't have discipline. Most people who are who are like have to be told what to do, they don't have a lot of discipline. Mm-hmm. So they're eating bad. You got to think about all these things that take an accountability to where 70% of people, I think they say 4 out of 10 people are going to end up with a chronic illnesses by the time they're 70.
Yeah, because their lifestyle.
That's 60% of people because when I go to the gym, there's 30 people in there. I go to a bar, it's 1,000 people, 500 people not drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
Unhealthy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You go to a healthy restaurant, there's not many people in there. You go to a greasy food place, the line right around the building.
Yeah, and then they're all like this
They
big.
all big bellies, slow moving. So that's why 60% of people are ending with chronic illnesses. So even by the time that you 60, you already barely can move. Mm-hmm. And this is real. I'm not making, this is actually real. Just look at your family. Look at your people that you know that's 70 years old. They have some type of chronic illness because they neglected the things that provide security for them when you get older. So I think about health too. And I also think about financial freedom. I know for a fact that you need some type of financial security because you still got to pay bills. You're going to be having health problems. You still got to pay the medical bills. You need some type of provider to take care of you. At some point, you just get old and your body deteriorates.
And your 401k is not going to help you out.
Your 401k is not there.
Your Social Security is not. Social Security
and hopefully you got kids enough that love you enough to take care of you when you get older because some people don't give a damn.
Right.
So it's like that. And I have to instill that into people's mindset to create a sense of urgency to be like, look, you have to secure your future. You need to have good credit. You need some residual income. You need to go get your IUL insurance policy so when you get illness, you can pull out 80% of that $1 million policy. Mm-hmm. You have to tell people that because it's not how it's a matter of when. It's going to happen.
And
you're going to get sick. You're going to get old. Yeah. You're going to have insurance. Like it's inevitable.
Yeah. They don't really teach you that. They teach you, they teach you how to like basically stay in your lane. They don't want you, like that's what you're saying, a lot of schools and a lot of systems.
You're gonna die earlier than what you need to because there are people that you might live to see 70, but what is the quality of life when you gotta live a low vibrational life, when you're sick, you ain't got no money, you got people treating you any kind of way because money is power.
Yeah, money gets you access to anything.
Money gives you access to everything. People gonna look at you different. They're gonna treat you different if you got money. If you're 65 years old, you don't got family, you can't even, they're gonna throw you in a nursing home and you're gonna just wait to die.
If that.
You're gonna just wait to die, man. That should be scary to anybody.
Yeah.
So I tell people that I want to make you scared. So I want to make you go do this today. Go fix your credit today. Go get you capital today. Go get you a mentor. Learn the skill set today so you can start building and securing your future.
That's very powerful. I like it. I used to, when I was selling a lot of tech stuff back in the day, that was one of the tactics to go from to kind of scare people away that hey, listen, I used to actually sell 401ks.
Okay.
That's where I made the most money. 401ks. I sold the most 401ks. I remember COVID hit. I sold 35 policies or some shit. I sold so many and I used to sell it to businesses. And I would literally say, I was like, what's your dream retirement? What do you want to be? Do you want to be on a yacht in France?
Exactly. So you got to tell people
you
that.
give them a perspective.
Yeah, you give them perspective.
They're like, damn, and I'm like, listen, all it takes is 5% from your current paycheck. Yeah. It's not that much. It's 5%, 5 to 10%. And then the money gets invested and then you get access to that money. Yeah. Obviously now 401ks took a big hit because of everything.
But even then, you have to tell people that because it's real though. And to say who in your family right now, who in your family right now that have medical problems and you got to help them. Why follow that same path? Yeah. You literally got to help your parents. Most people have to help their parents because they didn't do the things necessary to protect themselves. Now their burden is on the kids because I got to go do this for I hear so many people, I got to do this for my mom. I got to do this for my dad. Or I got to take care of this. I got to help my mom pay these bills. Nobody has an insurance policy. Nobody has things set in place.
Yeah.
And it's true. So when I meet people, when they come to my mentorship program, we go to the whole personal development, the financial things. I make sure they have these things and they thank me later because Todd, they saved me.
Yeah, because people don't think that far. People only think for today. They don't think what's tomorrow, what's the future.
Because the programming programming has you thinking for the now. Financial literacy, security, thinks you thinking for a long term because you have to. So that's why all this is a mindset things. You have to start with the end in mind in order to know how this building, the car we drive, it started with the end in mind on how it needs to look, how it needs to drive, how it needs to perform, and then you come back and put the pieces together. I know that I pray to God I live to see 80, 70 years old, right? But I know that I won't be able to work at that age. I don't want to work.
No.
I know that I want to live a certain type of life for myself. I know that in order to make this life happen, I can see myself at 75, multiple vacation homes around the world, a foundation to give back to people, taking care of my kids, and so they can come to me and I can teach them. I have that life envisioned for myself because I don't want to be 70, sitting in the house, no friends, can't go nowhere, no vacation homes, no boats, and just literally enjoying life while I'm here on this earth.
Right.
I have that mindset. So now I can re-engineer what do I need to do today so that when I arrive at that age of my life, I'm happy and I'm comfortable and I'm safe.
Yeah, and you're working towards something versus just like, oh, let me just go with the flow.
Yeah, it's like you have to start in the mind. So I instill that in people. All right, bro, you 45, at 60. If you don't change, that means you got 15 years. And if you don't change, you're gonna keep doing the same thing. Now, right now, you don't got shit, you got bad credit. You talking about it took you a year to pay me $1,000 to join this low tier program because why life is kicking you in the ass. Mm-hmm. So it's like you have to, and they be like, all right, bro, down the money. This ain't about the money. Get out of that mindset of what you've been taught, that programming. This is a tool to give you access to a better life. You have to instill that in people. And I'm great as hell at doing that.
No, you're really good. I can tell you're really good at doing
I'm really
it because
good at
I know exactly what you're doing. I know the tactics that you're using because, like, you know, when you were in sales, you were taught a lot of stuff like that.
And the people that you trying to sell, like, bro, actually, I'm not trying to sell. This is real life. Like,
I'm
you
trying
need
to talk
to do
you
it
because you need to be in the mindset in order
Yeah.
for me to even speak to you so you can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have to be on the same page mentally with me. Because a lot of times, you know, even with the podcast, like a lot of times you're going to be saying some things and people are like, well, she's white, she's rich, she's that. I'm like, listen, this can get you in the door, but this is not going to make you stay in the door if you're just rich and pretty and white.
Nope.
You know
don't give a damn about that. If you ain't got no skill set, you ain't bringing that to the table for everybody else can benefit from.
And how do you have people to trust you to not like, because, you know, I have some very influential people on my podcast. I don't have to pay them. That's my relationship that I have with them. And I don't have to, you know, because like they know who I am as a person. So they're going to support me. And that's what, you know, people look at me, they're like, oh, it's because she's white and she's pretty. I'm like, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I mean, maybe it plays a small factor into everything.
I do know pretty people does play a factor in certain things too. But when you get in rooms, people don't care about that stuff. It's like, what is your skill set? Because we trying to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Some people gonna be like, it's beautiful women all around the world. Like, I don't care about that. We're trying to get to a level in our business. So what bricks you bringing so we can build
you
this?
Sit at the table? Can you have
exactly. Like, what bricks are you bringing so we can build?
And that's why I'm so grateful for corporate life because I've learned so much as far as tech and as far as the business, and I've met so many CEOs and I've met so many people who are high execs, people who are also like little admins and stuff, managers of all kinds of levels. So I know how to have communication skills with them. Yeah. And I know. Okay. If the person is in finance, they care about money. If the person is in product, then they care about the quality of the product. They care about the feedback. If the person is in customer success, they care about communication. So every single, department is going to have something that they care for. And that's a skill that I learned with sales that now, okay, if a person is in production, so, I can't sit here and talk to him about some shit that he's not going to care. He's not going to care about the financial part of it, right? Yeah. He cares about the quality of the camera. He cares about the picture. He cares about, okay, like who you bringing on? Like, he knows that stuff because that's his specialty.
Yep.
So I know how to cater to them. And I always ask people, what do you do? Not because I'm nosy, but because now I know how to actually approach you.
Yeah, the conversation where it can resonate with you.
Yeah, where we can actually like be on the same page. So now let me ask you this because this sounds incredible. Like, listen, I love a man who knows how to study, who knows how to apply all those skills. When it comes to dating, do you do the same?
Yes, I do. And it's hard.
Talk to me about it.
Okay, when it comes to dating, right? Like, and I don't want to say like a man like me, just somebody that understands, right? I communicate different. Like when I meet a woman, my first thing is to add value. Like, where you at in your life? Like, because I'm all about, so small talk ain't gonna get you to the goal in life is to live an abundant life. So even when it comes to dating, like sometimes it be a little hard because a lot of people aren't on that vibration. They don't understand. They don't think. And they don't even. And it's hard to connect with people that I can't have intellectual conversation because my mind is business all the time. Right. My mind is learning. I read the Bible. I'm always researching stuff. I want to be able to somebody to stimulate my mind as well. And it's hard to find women to stimulate their mind. Then the women I attract are super beautiful. Because you look at, you're going to think I got money or whatever, because it's from an appearance standpoint, right? And so that attracts a certain kind of person that attract those men. And most men that look like me and have these things, they're probably not the brightest.
They're not.
Because most guys that wear jewelry, even though the people that are very intelligent, it's very few of them that probably dress like me and wear these things. But most people that wear these things, they're like drug dealers, scammers, athletes that has ran into money because most of them never went to their personal development stage.
Or they never read a book.
They never read a book. So
they
don't understand what coping skills are.
Yeah.
How to understanding, how to deal with people, how to watch their tonality, emotional regulations, emotional intelligence. being able to teach somebody and break stuff down like we can as a sales, that's a skill to be able to help somebody.
Even like what I like about what you're saying is to see things in perspective. And a lot of men, they don't see it because all they see is what's in front of them now. So they can go, they see a pretty girl. Oh, let me hit. Let me see if I can have sex with her. Is there anything that like, oh, can I see myself dating her?
Yes. And I look at this too, though. That's a probably trying to get you pregnant. Do you have the skills where, how do you act when you get mad? Do you have enough emotional regulations and emotional, intelligence to be able to communicate with me, right? You may get mad at me about something on my day, or we have a kid together. Now I gotta now the kid sees it, or my day is thrown off. I can't go out here and perform in this world because now I'm a great person. I'm trying to fix the situation, but you may know how to communicate because you never picked that skill up. Or you have dated a man who allowed you to just act how you act and not hold you accountable.
So how do you date? I don't care about
you
as a person, how do you date? Like, you meet a girl, what's the first thing you look at?
The first thing I look at, because I'm a physical person, but then I also ask you certain things to see where you are in your life.
Okay. What are you going to ask?
So I meet a girl, I'll be like, okay, the natural introduction. I'm like, what you do for a living? They're like, oh, I do X, Y, and Z. And I'll be
she says, I'm a bottle girl.
Okay. I'll be like, okay, how long you been doing it? How long you plan on doing this?
6 months.
And I
like the money, so I'm gonna stay in it. It's fast money.
Okay, so. And then the second thing I'm gonna ask is too, what is the end goal? You're saving this money up to do what? So just say for instance, we're gonna play a little game, right? Yeah. So if I say, hey, what do you save? You've been working for 6 months. What are you saving the money up for?
I'm not saving. I just want bags. I want to travel. I want to go to Miami. Splurge with my girls.
Now, first I'm gonna ask, how old are you? So how old are you?
Like 25.
Okay, so you're 25 years old, and I might say that's okay, but have you thought about what's happening when you splurging this money and when you get 30 years old and you don't have these things? Because I said, if you don't keep working, you're gonna have to continue to work. So I was like, you ever thought about investing the money?
Maybe, but I need somebody to teach me that. But also, I'm 25, I'm just living life. So maybe I'll meet a man and the man is gonna pay my bills. So why would I care?
So I'm gonna ask you too, and I say also, let me tell you a little thing or two, because I'm a little older than you, right? I say, if you find somebody want to pay your bills, they're gonna try to control you. Yeah. And I said that's not going to do you any good, right? And they might be like, okay, so
and then she'll be like, I want you to pay my bills.
And I'm telling them quick, I'm not paying your bills, but I said, I could teach you how to make money. I could teach you how to, become an independent person. And I said, I will still be a provider, but I'm not going to provide a way that's going to handicap you.
And she's going to be like, boy, bye. I need a man who's going to buy me a Birkin.
Yeah, and when they do that, I'll be like, all right, cool, I'm not the person for you. So there are some people like, oh, I want these things, but I understand that, too, that ain't gonna benefit me. Because it's like, if you don't understand that, and somebody that young, sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. It depends on their program and their environment and the guys I used to date. I've dated women who dated athletes, bro. When they came to me, they had bad credit. They had no skills. Yeah. They had no domestic duties as a woman because they just wanted them to look pretty and to be eye candy on their shoulder. They didn't hold them accountable when it was wrong. They didn't make them sit down and look at themselves in the mirror to say, hey, if you continue like this, you're never going to have a husband. You're going to be a fun girl. So you have to actually bring up a perspective and see, why are you here? You dated this super successful guy. Why you got a 500 credit score?
Well, because it's a status, he's going to take care of everything. We go out there,
and guess what? And I say, I tell them as a perspective, and I say, as a man that sees no value in a woman, you hold no weight to him. Because the next pretty girl, he's going to kick it to the curb and do the same thing with her. That's
what I was going to say, that a lot of times, and it's the reality of things, right?
It's the reality of them. If a man should be terrified to leave, you need to have so many skills that he can he can't operate without you. But if you're just a pretty girl, there's a million beautiful women out here.
That's what bothers me so much. And so I just had Torrey Craig on, right? He's an NBA player. And I asked him, I said, listen, if I hear an NBA player, I hear cheaters, liars, and just people who are going to fuck you over because they're just going to want to fuck you. It is what it is, right? Because they have a girl, and rightfully so. They got the money, they got the status. Yeah. And he was like, well, maybe, because he kind of slipped away from it, but he said, if I'm in a relationship, I'm going to be in a relationship. And granted, he's a little different because you can have an actual deep spiritual conversation with him. Yeah. It was, and he
probably was raised right, and he had people that taught him things. He probably actually, went through the thing.
And he's so different because he has friends who's been locked in since he was, 5 years old. And so they're like his family. So he doesn't really see it as if and he said that too. He's like, every girl is going to come near me and be like, I want to get to know you. But then she doesn't really want to get to know him. Yeah, exactly. So he has to have that little, handout that hey, listen, slow it down because I don't know what the hell you're trying to do with me. But then at the same time, I feel like from a women perspective, when I've dated a lot of athletes too, and I will tell you that a lot of times I'm like, they don't really care for me. Because the thing is, like,
you're just a pretty woman.
I'm just a pretty woman.
Yeah, because
and the reality of it is that, you know, how you're saying, like, if a woman has to have some sort of value or something, I'm a very resourceful person. You know,
they don't know that because they haven't got to that point in life
They
where they
don't
realize
care.
that. Also, they don't care and they don't realize how important it is to them.
Because the moment you retire,
Yep.
somebody will have to freaking, you know, motivate you to do something. Somebody will have to make sure that you can actually do. And I feel like women, they're the voice of reason for men. I was listening, like, I was going back to that podcast I was listening to. It's this big Russian producer. And he literally said, my wife 3 years ago told me, I feel like you're bigger than what you're doing right now. And you keep wasting your time on doing little tasks, because he's a producer. And he was like, he would have people calling him and asking what they need to wear for a shirt and as a shirt in a video clip, or to do this. And then she was like, why are you wasting your time on such little shit when you're a much bigger person? Like, you were literally trying to shrink yourself when you were so grand. Yeah. And he was like, that's when it hit me that what I'm doing is not really up to what I can do. So he had to pivot his business and grow his business. Now he has 3 different branches and there's a lot of AI stuff. And so, like, now his business is not dependent on music artists that he's producing. It's now dependent on technology, and it has different branches. And so,
and you don't ever want to build a business depending on people, because you can't sell that, you can't grow that. But technology, you can go, it's unlimited, the amount of things you do with technology.
And the point is that it was his wife that told him, you are bigger than what you see yourself. And men don't, and this is why it bothers me so much, that men who are high earning, not high value, they're like bigger than the fucking program, that nothing, you know, that they're going to have the money forever. Like OBJ said that 100 million is going to run out. It will run out because of the lifestyle that you're living.
Yeah, because you don't acquire that lifestyle.
And you don't have any voice of reason next to you to tell you that, listen, baby, what you're doing is crazy.
And also, if a man don't see value in you, he's not going to value what you say.
Exactly.
He's not looking at you as value, because you didn't present, that relationship wasn't built off of you trying to pour into this individual man. So it's like, if I meet a woman and I can just immediately tell what she on, and I got, my discernment is next level when it comes to women, because I can immediately know by the conversation, by the things. I'm going to ask you certain questions to see how you respond, to let me know at that point what type of woman you are, and then now I can know how to move with you.
At what point do you turn off your business brain, though, when you're dealing with women?
Because I understand that if in my business brain in the beginning, just to see, like, because I know where I'm going in life, I know that whoever you spend your time with can make or break you. So I need to make sure, if I'm going to be investing my time with you, that this relationship needs to be fruitful. The conversation needs to be fruitful. The ideas need to be fruitful. Just the way you think needs to be somewhat on a path to understand that, hey, no small talk less. What are we doing that's going to benefit me, you, and your family? I think that way. So based off what their response and the vision they see for their life, they'll let me know, okay, at least she gets it. Now I can go. Now I could date you. Now I could do the little manly things to actually court you. But in the beginning, I need to see that. I look at people as an investment, right? I need to make sure that this time is worth the investment, so I can get an ROI. That ROI could be a great person as a friend. That ROI could be somebody that I can learn from. This ROI needs to be that somebody that I can just talk to, that I'm comfortable with, that I'm safe with. It's all those particular things that we all need. We all need somebody we can talk to. So we all need. Now, once I figure that out, then I can, I determine if I want to date that person or not.
But does she, there's one time we heard this, I think I don't remember who we're talking to, but this guy, he said, no man cares about how much money you got and what you do. They just care for you to shut the fuck up and just be like a good woman.
That ain't, no, what you got to ask the person who said, what type of man is he?
He is broke as a motherfucker.
Exactly. People like that say shit like that, they're either broke or they don't understand that. They don't understand what two people, what two powers, two like-minded people, what can happen. Two is always better than one. So just having two strong-minded people, two intellectual people, two creative people in the same bed together, things are great. Like that lady that told him about himself, she probably was a very intelligent woman to be able to speak that into him, to make him go to the next level. Yeah. So some men don't think that far out, right? So they're not going to ask those questions, and a girl gonna say some dumb shit that would be a red flag to me. They may overlook it. Then they in a situation 2 years down the line dealing with a woman that just chaotic. That hasn't healed from trauma, right? Because I could look at a woman, ask her certain questions, and based off how she responds, I could tell she dealt with trauma. Because why, as a man, you cussing me out? this is how you communicate in your past relationship. Mm-hmm. And I can see those things. So like when you can see certain instances and how women respond to things, you ask them then, what type of days you dated before me?
Yeah.
Oh, you dated a hoodlum, right? So this nigga probably never read a book. Mm-hmm. He probably, how is he with his family? So it's certain things that makes you a good, decent person. Mm-hmm. And some things make you a shitty person. But if you don't ask the right questions, you can save a lot of things. And you always have to ask God for discernment, right? When you ask me, we might ask about the jury thing too, so I'll let you get to that point. Mm-hmm. I'm going to show you, like, you know, when you meet women, like a person like me, like, you know, when women approach me, or if I approach you or whatever, I know how to discern what you doubt for, because I'm going to ask the certain questions. Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask the stuff right out the gate, so that I'm not wasting my time. I don't care how good you look. They're going to get my attention, but if your mindset is not there, why am I about to waste some time with you when I know where I'm going in life?
Are you going to have sex with her and then just never speak to her again?
I'm not even having sex with nobody. Let me tell you how I think. I don't even having sex with nobody I don't see myself being with.
Okay.
Because there's an opportunity I can get you pregnant, man. Because I'm 36. I don't got no cheers. The reason why I don't do stupid shit, because I see too many instances where women be sabotaging men's life, bro. If it ain't financially, it's emotionally.
Yeah. You
can't even operate yourself to your baby mama on your back, because she's not a community person. She's chaotic. She don't know how to communicate.
She's resentful. She's
resentful, man. She has
because
guess what? She has things that childhood, maybe past relationships that she buried, but they're still alive. Yeah. It's still, that trauma is still alive in her. So any moment could trigger that experience that can have her to lash out. And now you got to deal with that. I'm not dealing with none of that shit that somebody else caused that you haven't took accountability to heal from, because you're taking these things into each relationship. Yeah. And you need somebody to hold you accountable, because if these things don't change, you're going to sabotage everything around you. So when I meet women like that, I stay away from them.
And what about, because like I can imagine when women meet you, they see, oh, like all this bling bling, and again, like you're gonna attract a certain type of woman with that, right? Like the first thing I told you, I was like, why do you have so much jewelry on?
Yeah, that's the first thing you said.
Because I'm like, to me, it's so feminine. I don't understand, like, especially now, getting to know you a little bit more. I don't see you, like, I feel like this is like something like, oh, I earned it, so now I can put it on my wrist, or I can put it on my neck. It's completely
wrong mindset.
Okay, talk to me about that.
So to me, jewelry is leverage.
Okay.
Because it's an instant conversation starter, and it's opportunities, right? Mm-hmm. Every time I meet somebody, they say, hey, you have a nice watch on. You have a nice car. I got Lamborghinis. I got Benzes. I have those things because, like I said, people are going to ask me, are you a rapper? What do you do? Guess what it is to me? That's an opportunity for me to tell them I do X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now it's a marketing, because I'm in the business of people. Right. So whatever I do to attract a person, and I don't got to talk, and I don't got to say much, I let my success and who I became to continue to grow me. So now jewelry doesn't attract, jewelry attracts. I don't care if it attracts the wrong people, it attracts people.
So if a woman meets you, like, for example, if I see all this jewelry, I'd be like, I'm not even going to try to talk to this person, because to me, it's like, what are you trying to flash for? Mm-hmm. Right. But at the same time, there's going to be the other category of women. They're going to be like, oh my God, he's got all this jewelry on. Mm-hmm. He must be rich. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to look at you and they're going to be like, let me talk to him because he got money. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's what you attract a lot.
So okay, that does happen. That's any man with jewelry, athlete that's driving a certain type of car, right? But also, too, there's still opportunity for me to do two things. I can either, you're going to come to me and do this. I'm going to either turn you into a client, or I actually meet women that be like, okay, they just want a quality individual person. And to some women see certain things as quality, right? Mm-hmm. But based off how you come at me, I know how to respond. Because if you come at me on some, oh, what do you do? Or whatever, I'm still going to tell my business. You may know somebody. And I don't have women that come to me and be like, oh, I know somebody that needs X, Y, and Z. So they either become a potential client, because most people don't have this shit together. Yeah. And I offer services where that either you might need it or you know somebody that do it. And I don't got to talk to you. But guess what? It's an instant conversation starter. Mm-hmm. And this is the opportunity for me right now. So I look at jewelry, to me, it's leverage. I look at it as a tool, because it's marketing. And like I said, I'm in the business of people. I don't care if it attracts the wrong people. It attracts people. Right. And like it's marketing. And Grant Cardone said this, I want everybody to know who I am. Mm-hmm. I want everybody to know what I do. And like I love to get those questions. What do you do? And if I walk outside and nothing on, just regular nobody ask me what I do. If
I
I
mean,
pull
if
up
you
in
drive a Lamborghini, they would.
yeah, but if I drive a Lamborghini up in, I hop out with this on, everybody gonna ask me what I do.
What if you just have like a nice AP that does not have any bedazzle shit on it, but just like a nice AP, like a nice
I have that
expensive-
too, so it depends on where I'm going.
Okay. Okay.
So I dress for the occasion. If I'm going to the club, I'm aware. You're gonna know. But if I might go to a business meeting or if I do an event or whatever, it depends on the people that's gonna be there, and it just depends on the environment. I'm aware, plain Jane. I look just as nice dressed in a suit. It's fitted. So it's still, even people gonna still say, where did you get your suit from? It's so nice. The reason why I work out every day, because I link everything as a statement as an entrepreneur. I always want to look the part.
So what happened to the left earring? Why don't you have a left earring?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I was working out, and I think I took one of my earrings over here, my ear, so I just took it out. So I didn't feel like putting it on.
Okay, because there's like a
Yo, what? See, I don't be thinking about stuff like that, man. I don't think about stuff like that. But my life is so like, it's so logical, because it's like, I want to work out because I always want to feel and look my best. Let me tell you why. So when I present myself to the marketplace, I want the best thing out there.
But okay, going back to women though, so how does she? So okay, she needs to have ambition, I guess. She needs to have value in whatever way it is, whether it's character, whether
morals.
it's like morals. Okay,
I don't care how much money a girl makes.
Would you? I'm sure if she's around you, she's gonna triple whatever the fuck she's making, regardless.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I never cared. I care about a person's character. I care about their morals. I care how they was raised, because that I can build with that. I can't build with somebody that didn't have their mom and dad in their life. I can't build with somebody that's feeling entitled. I can't build with somebody that doesn't understand a king when they see him. Understands how to let a man understand what covenant means. Like, I can't date somebody that don't have that upbringing, because you're not going to understand my vision. You're not going to understand that this is what I need to get to the next level in my life, right? So it's like, with me having that, it's like, it's easy for me to discern, from what I want and what I don't want.
So what does it mean for you to be a provider or a leader? Because you mentioned those things a couple of times.
To me, my sole purpose, I feel like this, as any man, your sole purpose is to be a provider, a leader, and a protector.
But what does that mean?
Provide means being honest with a woman, protecting her emotions, protecting her investment into you or whatever, because it's her time. I ain't gonna lie, once a woman start loving you, bro, they're gonna give you the world.
Right, true.
I tell you, ain't nothing like a woman that truly loves a man for him. They gonna, when you sick, your homies ain't gonna come over there and change if something happened to you, they ain't cleaning you up, and they not doing that. A woman's gonna do that. So provide in that way, protect her emotions, provide for her like stability, right? And I do believe in, like, I don't believe in that 50-50 stuff. I'm gonna take care of my girl,
right?
But she's gonna be so valuable in a way where her energy, her essence as a woman, is gonna allow me to be a better person.
Yeah.
So to me, that's she providing that to me. In return, I'm gonna do what I need to do as a king, as a man, a leader, right? Being able to trust me to lead with financial decisions, trusting me based off what I've already done. Because I tell men, bro, it's hard for a woman to lead you if you don't have nothing for her to follow. What paths have you built for yourself already? So the point where somebody can just come in, oh, this is his lane, and walk down that path. If you haven't done that for yourself, it's hard for a woman to allow you to lead. And like I said, being a protector, just protecting her. Like protecting her physical, protecting her mental, protecting her spirit, and communicating effectively.
Are you good communicator?
I'm a great communicator.
That's amazing, because
I don't argue. I don't fuss, because I understand nothing comes from that. Nothing comes from low vibration communication. And as a man, I don't exert my energy as verbal confrontation with you. That ain't how it makes me a masculine man. What makes me a masculine man is the fact that I can be calm and let you speak. And when you're done, to understand where you're coming from and offer a solution. Kings don't go back and forth with people.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not doing no tit for tat. I'm not doing that. At the end of the day, you're going to respect me so much because who I am that we probably won't even get to that point.
Yeah, because you don't, as long as you can communicate effectively and you share your feelings, she shares her feelings.
Yeah, and both of y'all need to have enough like awareness and enough empathy in your heart to be like, you know what? Who am I to tell you what I did to make you feel? You need to understand that you cannot dictate how a person respond to an event that you may have caused, right? So like some men, right? Oh, she crazy, bro. Look what you did to her.
Do you talk to your friends about that? Because it sounds like
yes, I do. When they come, I say, bro, you damn near keep cheating on the girl, bro. So of course she gonna act a certain way. So you can't be mad if she moves a certain way, bro. She literally had to develop a emotional wall to even some type of emotional defense mechanism to even operate with you. So if she's not doing certain things, nigga, you caused that.
Are you gonna stay friends with somebody who's cheating and doing constant damage to their woman? Or
Yeah, as a friend, I do have friends who they are, but I do try to tell them I'm not what they got going with another girl. I ain't got nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
But like, only way I probably will hold some of my friends accountable if they're married.
If they're married,
if they married, now I'm like, bro, you wrong, bro. Because as this in the Bible, I can't be around something knowing it's wrong, bro. Like, bro, you shouldn't be married. Just tell her you know what you got going on.
Yeah.
Don't, because it's like now. When your friends are married, y'all are family too, because now she like sister to you now.
Right.
So it's like, I cannot, that will make me like, they're bros over bros, that only works for me in a relationship. But if you're married, totally different rules.
Right, I agree.
Bro, you can't be moved. Don't do that around me because I ain't gonna, I'm just gonna, like, bro, you ain't a king. Don't do that.
And I heard another thing and I remember that comes from Russia, where people, especially very wealthy people, are not going to do business if they know that if you cheat on your wife. Because if you cheat on your wife, you're going to cheat on your business partner, especially when big money is involved.
Yeah, I hear that a lot too. Because you when you get in bed, you get in bail people, that's your character. That means there's something with you. You lack discipline and certain reason. Mm-hmm. You chose this woman to be your wife. Mm-hmm. So that means whatever desires you had, you should have got that out of you before you did these things. Because now you lack discipline, bro. And everything is in business is discipline.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta trust you to do what you say you're gonna do and be effective at it. Mm-hmm. I can't ask you to do something that can be a major part of my business and you fall short, or you do something, or just because your lack of discipline. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can see why people say they don't want to do business with people cheating on their wife. I can see that.
Do you know what's your attachment style? Have you done that? The test?
I think my attachment style is, I love a woman that pours into me and that's creative. They can teach me things.
So you're not avoidant. You're not scared to talk to. Do you like to communicate every single day with a woman and make sure that you guys?
With me, man, I like I said, I'm logical as hell. I want to make sure that a woman knows the path that we're on. Mm-hmm. Even if we aren't, I even feel like even if we aren't the end all be all between each other, but I look at it like this experience. While we are in each other's space, I'm gonna make it worth it for you. Mm-hmm. So if you do leave, you leave a better person than what you came. And that's always the assignment. I feel like us as people that go to that personal development stage, I will feel less of a man. Because if I say I'm a king, I need you to leave better than what you left. Whether that's a friend, a colleague, or a girl that I'm dating at the time, I need you to be. So now you could take this perspective. I met a good guy. I know what a good friend feels like. So my friends, their birthday, I always buy them things. Even my male friends, some male friends, I throw them parties. I pay for it. I buy them gifts. So when you do meet people and they're moving like that, you're gonna know, and you're gonna feel my presence. If you're my friend and I leave, you're gonna feel it, because I know most people don't even have the discernment. They don't have the wisdom. They don't have they're not selfish, man. So it's like when I meet a woman, I just make sure that experience is the best and they leave more than what they can, because it's gonna, and I don't ever think about myself. So you can just tell it's always about the world, right? Because it's like, it makes the world a better place when you bring in decent people into the world. And when you meet somebody that's smiling, you never know what that smile can do to another person. You don't never know when, if I teach you about credit, right? You may get around your friends and instead of talking about bullshit, I'm like, hey, what are you guys planning on doing? Oh, your friend might say, I'm trying to start this business, but I don't have the capital. You may remember, oh, I just taught this guy who did credit. He got my credit. Hey, guys, you should try to fix your credit to get these things. She might be like, oh, okay, let me look into that. Mm-hmm. That's why everything matters, about everything. Mm-hmm. And I view the world that way. Some people, I understand, don't think like that.
But, okay, going back to dating, and what you were saying, it sounds amazing. I love it. It's like music to my ears. Although, why are you still single?
I choose to be because I want to find it. Also, I choose to be, and I want to find that person that I'm looking for. I want to find that person that I believe that's like me.
And so why did it not work out in the past?
Because they wasn't like me.
So how long did it take you to understand that?
When I tried to be understanding and go through the process with them, because I understand that nobody's not gonna get out the gate. Mm-hmm. Where I'm at in my life mentally, I understand it takes a lot to get there. You have to become a certain person. Mm-hmm. Some people didn't go through that. But if I tell you and I'm willing to go through that with you, and I feel like, okay, there's a certain amount of time where I should see progress. I don't expect you to have it all immediately, but I need to see some type of progress. If that progress is not there and I've given you chance after chance to like to start, and I'm telling you, hey, this is affecting us. This is affecting, and even sometimes I might be the problem. It ain't all on them, right? But like, I ain't never met no woman who's as understanding and developed here as me. I just haven't ran across that person yet. I done dated some of the prettiest women in the world. They still not here. They're not understanding because most guys, 1% of people are like me mentally.
I feel like people are going to try to put up a front to be around you because
of course,
a lot of times, like even I feel that, you know, because they're going to try to be this and that, but then it's like the reality hits.
Yeah.
I'm
going to know that because I'm going to guess what though? This is a crazy example, right? But just to put you in perspective, the movie Exorcism, right? When the dude was kept throwing all that holy water, he was just praying on, and that evil was coming out of her more. When I look at a person, I'm gonna shower you with so much damn love. I'm gonna know if you're selfish. I'm gonna know if you reciprocate, because I'm gonna shower you with so much love. I'm gonna go, when I meet you, you're 100% in my book. So now it's gonna show me who I need to see quicker than what I need to. So it ain't gonna take that long.
So how long does it usually take you to like be like, okay.
It ain't really no time frame. I ain't gonna say it might be a time frame. I don't put time. It just depends on like the progress. Like,
I will tell you, for me, for example, dating wise, now I feel like before it would take me like a couple months. Now I can gone in like 2 weeks.
Honestly, I can't. I right now I can say that if you're saying that, probably about a good week or two. Because the first week gonna be straight me getting to know you.
Yeah.
Your foundation, what you got going on, past trauma, and if it's just a whole lot, and I'm gonna say, what have you done to, heal from that? If you ain't, is there no therapy involved? Is there nothing? Oh no. So that means that I'm finna, because you're gonna call me with all this stuff. I gotta show you. Now you gotta go through you gotta go through all these phases. And do I really want to be patient enough?
Yeah.
To deal with that when I'm already here? 9 out of 10, I'm not.
Yeah, I agree with you. If people haven't addressed their traumas, their issues, and they're scared of therapy, it's like
you're gonna have to deal with that.
I can't. Yeah, because I did that. I went to therapy.
Yeah,
I
did the work.
But I still do the work to this day. That's, again, people think that like you can just sit down in front of the cameras and you can just talk out of your fucking ass. I read like, now I start reading. I'm trying to get to like a book a week now, but I read so fast that I can read a book in a day.
Yeah.
So like,
wow.
I'm very like, if I'm interested in a book, I will like go through it. I just started reading this book, Attached. That's why I asked you about attachment style. And I was just so mesmerized. So I was on the plane and it's just like an hour plane ride, and I read and I like did the test, and it like, if I'm interested, I'm just going to go all in. And that's what like people don't understand, that, you have to constantly feed your mind in order to continue doing things. Because otherwise you watch the podcast and people are talking the same shit all over and over and over again. And then that's how I know that people don't actually feed their brain with anything. Even if you like go and play with ChatGPT and do, the trauma response or something with ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is very well trained on as far as therapy too.
Yeah, it is. I ask, man, a lot of my relationships and things that I try to like, when it comes, I always ask ChatGPT and I explain the details, and they may respond, okay, you don't want to date this kind of person because of these type of reasons. And ChatGPT have learned you so much, because let me tell you why. You're asking it things. Yeah. Hey, how do I send this? How do my business did this month? How do I get to that level? And I may be asking ChatGPT about the Bible. I might say, oh, well, the book of Proverbs talks about this. And I may say, hey, Chat, what do I need to do? I'm trying to start this foundation because I want to give back or whatever. So it kind of developed the character of you as a person, because you're asking it things. So when I say, hey, Chat, do you think I'm fit for this person? They might be like, oh no, Ty, because you're a man of God. You're a king. You're loving. You're kind. You're doing great things in the world. Because I'm like, hey, Chat, I just built my funding software. So we having some hiccups. What technology can I have to make this better? And I'd be like, okay, thank you. It worked. So they program, knowing that I'm a creator and knowing that I talk about my family, it's like a therapy person to me. So it's learning me. So now when I compare to other things, oh, Ty, this person ain't for you. You too much of a person. So yeah. I
sometimes can even like put screenshots in there, and I like people.
Yeah, I might be like, look how they responded to
when I asked
them. They be like, yeah, they shouldn't have responded like that. Like, I love it.
I'd be like, am I tripping? Is this like, or what do I say to this? Or does this guy like me? And I hate that feeling when I have to question if a guy likes me. I'm like, fuck, I hate that shit. Like, if you don't like me, just fucking say it.
Yeah.
Just say it. You don't need to like.
But also too, I'm going to tell you this too though, right? The emotion is one of the most, your love is one of the most strong, it's the strongest feeling in this world.
Yeah.
Love can make you do things you don't want to do and go against your own logic too. You have to be so strong, and it's as a woman, right? You would even fall victim, no matter how intelligent you are, because of love. Course. You would even fall victim to questioning your own security, that somebody that you actually care about And in a normal sense world, you know who you are if it wasn't for that. So that means I feel like that's just show you how strong, love is. The
It's
fact
attachment. They actually did studies on that. So
that
that's what it was.
that you even had to ask about your own thing, that you know who you are. You know that you're an amazing person. You had to ask, and it's like, that's crazy when you said that. It's like when somebody look at you and be like, oh, I know she'll know. She will never question who she is.
Oh, hell no. I'm like the most, I'm very humble to the point where to me, what people see, like, I know what I look like, but I don't see myself from afar. Like, I only see myself from within.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different experience that I live than what people see from, from their perspective. Like, same, like, what
same way me though. Like, you see this, you might think something until you get to know me. You might, I don't have people that got to know me and was like, you probably have a different perspective of me right now based off how I speak.
Yeah.
But when people initially see me, they have this automatic projection.
Yeah, because I've seen you a couple times at the events and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this guy's full of shit. But I've actually, what
made you think that? I don't even talk much.
No, you never talk to me.
Yeah, so what made you think I'm full of shit?
I thought that you were entitled in a little bit, like in a way.
But I don't say nothing though. It's just my energy.
I know, and that's why I was like, why the fuck?
I'll be really quiet.
Everybody was saying hi to me, and this is the only person. So I was like, oh, interesting. And then I seen you again, and I was like, yeah, he has all this like jewelry, all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I mean, to me, the first thought I was like, just another fuck boy.
Yeah.
That's what I like, and I feel like you get that a lot, probably.
Yeah. Because I honestly, I just don't really like my friends. If you ask Sarah, she like Tyler, one of loving person in the world. But when I go places, unless we going somewhere, we might make some money in the event. So when I feel like a relationship is worth building, but I just be so in my own world, man. I don't be thinking about nothing.
Why do you even go?
Because usually I go with my friends.
Okay.
Because it's like, I also know too that my people are going to tell me who I need to meet, or they're going to introduce me.
Yeah.
Like Sarah said, hey, you need to meet this person.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I have enough friends to be like, that's going to put me in the rooms. And I thank God for that. Ty, they might pull me over. Ty, I need you to go meet somebody real quick. I'm walking. Now my whole energy done shifted.
Yeah. So I'm the same way.
Yeah, that's why people be like, oh, but you look like you're not approachable. I'm like, bro, I'm probably the most loving person in the world if you get to know me, but I'm just not in the beginning out with the he, hey type. That ain't me.
Wait, what's your sign?
I'm Aquarius.
Aquarius?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. When you born?
February 18th.
Okay.
I'm like right there.
Almost the Valentine's Day.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm one of the most lovingest person in the world. I would do anything for anybody. And I speak life into people. It's like, I don't have no malice in my heart or nothing, but it's like, I need to make sure, because man, people are like demonic as hell, man. Like,
What's your biggest ick in women?
Ick?
Mm-hmm. Like, what makes you like, oh my God, I can't fucking stand that women do that.
I don't like dumb women.
Oh.
I don't like the way a woman responds to things. I don't like an entitled woman when you have no value yourself. Mm. How you entitled to something that you have no value? You just look good.
Like when they would, when the girls were, remember how they released the list of where he should not take me on a first date?
Yeah. How you going to demand something? You got $500 to your name. How you going to demand a steak from a place you ain't never been yourself? To me, women like that, that's a red flag. They're selfless. Yeah. Women like that are selfish as hell. I would never talk to a woman like that.
Yeah, like you're wearing Shein outfit.
Yeah, you want all these things. Like, yo, like that means to tell me you don't know what you want for yourself already.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, I listen to things on social media and it sounds amazing, but and I always said that you need to become who you want to attract.
Yes, man.
And I don't know why it's so hard for women, and women think that like, well, soft girl era, it doesn't mean that you have to.
And most women like that are either they are single moms, or they've been screwed up by every guy they dated.
Right.
I never met a woman that thinks like that got a great guy. Even if she do attract him, it's a bullshit guy. It's an old guy. It's a sugar. It's not a quality man. It's not somebody that you actually like. It's not somebody that you can admire.
Well, because now you're looking for a man to save you.
Yeah, you're not looking for somebody that's growing you mentally, spiritually. No. Somebody that's like I said, that you admire. Yeah. Like a guy in the gym that's had that type of discipline, they're not attracting a woman like that. He's gonna be like, baby, you ain't got no discipline. It's just certain guys, and it's so crazy. That is a real thing, man. There's certain people that's you only can date in your lane, right? Mm-hmm. I made sure, and I think all women and men should do this. Every guy should get your money together. Every guy should go to the gym. Every guy should read. Every guy should have some type of skill set. So with me, right? I'm gonna use myself as when it comes to dating. I can attract any woman, fuck who you are, because even if you like a guy that dresses nice, I'm gonna get your attention because I'm probably one of the most well-dressed people out here. Mm-hmm. When it comes to physical, I work out 4 times a week. Okay. When it comes to mental development, I read. I'm a mentor for a living. I could change anybody's life in 30 days. Mm-hmm. And spiritual, I don't read the Bible through and through. So and I can talk to you and things, and I'm very, and I learned this skill set. I'll be more interested than interesting. Like I don't talk about myself. I'd rather let you do the talking so I can help you. So you cannot even form an opinion. Oh, he this, he that, because I'm not gonna you're never gonna know anything about me. Oh, Ty, what kind of car you got? Oh man, I just got a car to get me back and forth. What do you? I don't never tell nobody. People like they don't know. They just might see things, and it may just give you a little curiosity. But I don't walk up to a girl, hey, your car side is mine. You know, I don't do stuff like that.
So when people start questioning and you're like, no, I just asked you a question. You didn't answer me a question. What kind of car do you drive? You said back and forth, but what is it? Is does that get your attention? Because now you're like, oh, they're trying to actually get to know me.
Not ask me what kind of car I drive. You're
not the car, but let's say.
What do I do for a living? Because you might, okay, if you ask me what I do for a living, I'm gonna tell you that because
no. Let's say, I just told you an experience with, I don't know, like my past dating or something, or like I said something about my family, right? And then I don't hear you saying anything back about it, but like you questioned me on that, and I'll be like, so what about you? Like,
I'll answer that for sure.
But like, because a lot of times what's going to happen, this is what I've started noticing in conversations with people. Like, there's this one guy that I was texting with, and I said something like, I haven't seen my family in 10 years. This man does not even respond to anything, just goes into the next thing. And I'm like,
oh, no, I don't communicate like that, though. If a girl tell me, answer every question. I might be like, I'm going to ask you, I'm like, why you haven't seen your parents in years? Like, you know, are they alive? I'm gonna ask, like, yeah, if somebody that does something like that, he don't give a fuck. Like, you don't need, you avoid people like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but like, this is what, like, the further I go in life, I'm like, what is wrong with people?
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, the more you get here, the more slow. People are slow.
Very slow.
They don't get it. People are selfish as hell. People are feeling entitled because it's like the more you get here and you start to separate yourself from the norm, you start to realize how the world operates, and it's easy. And actually, you can use it to your benefit too. Because when you able to look at how everything operates, you can look in the outside and find your opportunity. Oh yeah, all this shit going in the world. Oh, there's opportunity. I can service these group of people. But when you in the chaos, when you in the moment, you don't even know the opportunities available to you. You don't know the red flags when you in the chaos in the situation. So it's like when things, if you're not in it, you're able to see from a bird's eye view and make a clear decision on how you want to move, man. That's why I don't really have any mishaps in my life like that. Like I say, even when it comes to dating, what would you ask me again about what you just asked me, the question? Yeah. What'd you just say? Because I
said that like people, because you said that you're interested, you're not interested.
Oh yeah. So it's like, I understand like what Malik said, the guy was taking, he just completely ignored that situation. That means there's something with him. He don't care about those things, but it's like, if you care about somebody, you want to know why. Because guess what? Let me tell you one thing. You may have a moment and he don't realize why you're having that moment.
Yeah.
And he can't respond to you or make you feel safe to protect you. Prime example. I was dating this girl one time, right? I said something. She was triggered by it. I didn't get mad at her because she told me that she was touched by her dad when she was younger, right? Oh. So certain things reminded her of that. So when she started to like feel something, I would immediately hold her. Like, baby, I got you. I didn't be like, bitch, you crazy as hell. What the hell?
You're like, that's your problem.
Yeah, that's your problem. That ain't emotional security, right? No. So guess what I can do when I find people like, when I say find, when it happens, right? I can hold you and show you I got you. And now let's work on that problem. Some people, and I think with me, some people just might not care enough to go that extent though, but I'm just a different person.
But it's like when it comes to being no, I feel like this is so crazy what's been going on with this modern world, and I don't know if it's social media, but I feel like people don't want to go in depth anymore.
There's no empathy for people. People don't have no empathy.
Yeah, because all you do is you scroll because you consume so much. It's like you become really like dumb, like you really become ignorant to what's going on. Because like even when I spend like an hour on social media, I put my phone down. I'm like, God damn, my like I have nothing going on in my head, and it's scary when I'm like, oh my God, there's like nothing, and it's just like this is paralyzing, and I don't like that feeling. So I don't really try to be on like social media. Man,
if you look at my screen time and nothing, bro, I just post and I keep going. People like, you see my post? I like, no, I post what I post and make my money.
Yeah,
and I follow things that inspire me. But you know what inspires me? The reason why I'm always inspired, I'm always growing, because I put myself in a space where people depend on me, and I cannot let those. I got thousands of mentees.
Yeah,
and I'm responsible for helping people like change. I'm responsible for the way people eat, the way people think, and with me, that keeps me going every single day. That's why I get my power from to keep going. When I wake up, I can't lay in the bed because I got a software that needs to run right, and for people to make money. So it keeps me like it keeps that drive in me to keep going. So it's like I don't need nothing around me to keep me motivated or to keep me inspired, because I made sure that I inspire my own self, and I have to be inspired because I can't stop doing what I'm doing because I care about the people.
Yeah, why do you think men who got so much money, they don't act like that or they don't behave like that?
I don't know. Maybe I ain't got to that level in my life where that type of money. I make a lot of money, but it's like I don't know. Maybe I don't know these people up 100. I don't talk to people that mentors that got up 100 million. They're pretty sane. And I also talk to people that.
What about athletes? Let's say like athletes. What do you think is what is?
I done been around a lot of athletes, man, and if they wasn't raised right, man, and I've been around. I don't call nobody name, but I've been around like rappers, bro. They are some of the most disrespectful ass people I ever met in my life. Just so entitled, bro. Talking to women crazy, saying anything to them because of who they are, and they realize that, bro, and they probably don't really even care how they make somebody else feel. I'm glad I don't have that. I would never be that person. And maybe they even dealing with some shit that happened to them when they was little. They feel like, oh, I got this power now. Let me exploit it on people and treat people like shit.
That's crazy too.
And I've seen that before too. And I start hanging with that person too, bro. Cause I'm like, one thing about I'm love. I got my own money. I got my own motion. I don't need nobody for shit. So if I choose to lie into my life because you're a good person.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't like the way some people may have ran into something. I'm not finna be around you treating people like that because I'm not finna do that. That ain't my character.
Yeah, I don't. To me, it's bizarre when people just like.
Just a shitty, just a bad person, bro. You don't be talking to women like that, and like it's. I'm seeing some stuff, man.
Publicly disrespecting them,
publicly calling a woman out her name,
dragging them through this mud, and then like cheating on them publicly, doing all that stuff. Like that's just insane to me because I'm like, what kind of fuck you money do you need to have that you're above a human? Yeah,
that's what I'm saying though. I think so. People don't even look at like the humanization, man. The quality, like I think it's demoralizing, man. It's demoralizing right now. I think the more advanced we go in life, and the more money is a staple to status in a way, I think it'll get even worse because it's just bad, man. Like I even ask myself this, like, okay, damn, Ty. No matter how much money I'm making, I continue to make. I could never be that way. Because that's not my foundation.
No, it's bizarre to me.
Like, I don't know. Even if I had $500 million, I would probably I would be more loving because I could do more for people.
Yeah, right.
I would literally be kind as hell. I'm extremely kind now. I can imagine being up 100 million. I would be giving out so much money to people and just so kind to people because why not? But I'm not in the brains of these people who have a substantial amount of money.
Yeah, it's crazy. I dated somebody who had, I think, like 100 million, and he was an athlete, but it's just like the way that he made me feel is just, I hated it. It's like, we're in the gym, he gives me a high five. I was like, are you out of your motherfucking mind? A high five?
That's crazy.
For somebody you're dating. And I'm like, and I had to tell him, I was like, you're not above me. Just because you made 100 million playing a sport, you're not above me because I can still have a conversation with you. I can go and talk to whoever who made more money than you. And it's not the point, but it's just like the way that you make somebody feel is going to stay with them forever.
I always learned one thing. My grandma taught me. There's two things people remember: what you did for them, how you made them feel while they were dating you. And as a man, right? When you have that substantial amount of money, you already have leverage already. Yeah, so you don't have to do nothing else. Like, you are perfectly fine. You could be the kindest person in the world, but bro, you are who you are.
Yeah. And it's very sad when people do that.
And then you don't have to do that and the other stuff. Yeah. It's like when I meet a woman, I don't got to treat you no less. You already know who I am. You are, because you're around me. You know, like, okay, you really know, for your perspective, right? You can see. There are some guys who wear jewelry is fake. That it's just for a show, but when you go around him, he don't got no furniture in his house. When he pitching over the bill. Yeah. And you're going to know how a man really move once you start dating him for real. When you come to him with some petty stuff, and you ask him for a couple $100 or something like that, $1,000, he like, oh man, let me see. Bro, that should be nothing to you. So it's like, you don't have to exert that energy when you know who you are. That's why when I meet people, I don't talk about no fucking money, bro.
Oh, no. Every time, you talk to men, it's like, what do you bring to the table? And it's like, everybody wants to have a rich man. But it's like, no, we don't really want to have a rich man. We want somebody who is actually going to be
a decent person, a good person to them.
A decent person. Yes. And the thing is, like, we can make money together.
Yes.
It's not about you
money.
Being
I don't
this
look
or
at,
that.
because money, you can have it, you can go. I even tell I say, bro, y'all got to stop moving like that, bro, because it's like, that's all you value. And you're going to meet a woman who don't give a damn how much money you make.
Yeah, and then it's just like, I don't care what you listen. Mind you, no, I do care, but at the same time,
But
yes, you can have the
but
status.
look though, you don't care because you're only going to attract people with money.
Exactly. So
So
like,
it's
to me,
like,
is that
yo,
I'm not even worried about
you're
that.
not even worried about it because only people at a certain level are going to even approach you.
Exactly.
So it's like, that's why I tell you, I'm like, yo, no, you live in abundance. So ain't nobody that's a bomb finna walk up to you. Hey, let's go on a date. They not even gonna do that to you.
No, they're scared.
So it's like men like that. Like now, I tell I would never come at a woman like that. You're gonna just know. I might just tell you, hey, I got a tech company, or hey, I help people, or something like that. If you don't read between the lines and to know, okay, he something going on over here. I don't even talk about nothing, but when you spend time, you're gonna know how I move with you.
Right. Yeah, it's man, more power to you. And I wish more men would be like that. And also more women too, because I don't think it's just men. I think women are also just as bad, and women are probably the reason why we allowed what's going on now, especially in the dating world, to happen. Because they just
Because men can buy women nowadays. Like I could legit buy a girl if I wanted to.
Right.
Like legit buy her. Because like I can, okay, your car note is what? $800 iPad.
800, damn.
I'm just saying though, something like $800 iPad. Okay, iPad. You need your nail? That ain't. You need a couple of your nails done? I got you. Okay. You want to take some trips? Let's go. Come on.
But then you'd be like, you need to do this and this and this and that.
No, because I'm only gonna do that if I feel like the things that I would need. And as a man, it's all about a woman's foundation, bro. If a woman got a mom and dad in her life, she understands love.
But I'm just saying, if you were to buy, it's different.
If I'm where?
If you were to buy.
Oh yeah, if it's buy, that mean if I buy something, it's for me.
Right. So like,
I don't care about. Yeah, there's some things I would do, and I have done that before because I didn't care about. You was fine as hell. I liked you, and I might have just felt comfortable with you talking to you. And it's like, okay, I done met a girl. I was just comfortable. It made me comfortable with her. It made me safe. I'm like, okay, I don't feel like she's gonna rob me or set me up or nothing. All right, okay. And I ain't gonna just say how much it cost.
But it cost.
But I'm not dumb. It's been an environment I meet you. I'm already looking at you. I could tell, okay, let's cut to the chase. How do you? And if you already know a girl like you, and she comfortable with you too, at that point, she wants to see like, okay, court me a little bit. All right, baby, I'm busy as hell. You want me? I want you. Let's expedite the process. And how much it gonna cost? It cost you a little, cost you a lot. And if it's okay, whatever, cool. And I don't been in that situation before.
But then you're gonna cut it off because at some point you get bored with it.
Yeah, too. But I also done did that before. We ended up staying friends. It's just the fact that like it was more like it was transactional, but it wasn't. And it was a place where like I had made this bartender. I want her to leave work. We was just talking. I said, "How much better be for us tonight?" She like, I said, "I'm gonna pay you. Come on." She left. So it'd be situations like that where like, and not no random ass person I'm about to meet, but it's like more like a conversation. It's like, and as a man, bro, like I'm not gonna take away from you. And it's like it's just all the environment, the situation, man. You just gotta know how to move in certain situation, man. And and I could tell you working, you at a bartender, so I could tell you here to make money. So it's like I'm not gonna take away from you. Now, if I went to a bar and we just both having casual conversation, we go home, there's no transaction involved. She don't need me. She don't want my money. She just like me as a person. So it just all depends, the situation, environment.
But you do want to get married though.
100%.
And then do you have a timeline of like, okay, I'm going to get married.
I want to be married now if I find the right person because I done did everything. If I find a person right now, and it ain't about checking off no boxes. If I find somebody now that, I'm going to say that check off box. Let me say that. I'm not going to say that. But just have a decent person and I do meet, and I'll tell people, it ain't about how somebody looks, bro. You can be the prettiest woman in the world, but your soul can be disgusting. You may like that entitled. So many pretty women are entitled because these stupid dudes go around here and just immediately buying girls bags that don't even deserve it.
Oh yeah, I don't get it.
And now this make this woman.
What do I have to do if you buy me a bag? Like I'm scared.
Yeah, like just immediately like out the door, bro, with no nothing, and they feel like every man is like that. No. You gonna pay my rent? No, I just met you. Why would I pay your rent?
Give me money. Invest in me. I don't care about none of that. I'm like
what the fuck? And why would I? Oh, I want to start a business. What skill set did you have? I'm not gonna just give you money. And what skill set? You know how to buy marketing. You know which one do you find some vendors? No, do that shit first. Do that. Let me see what you're doing your own. Or it's a different conversation. Somebody come to me, hey, I've been working on this. I tried this, and I keep getting stuck. I help that person quicker than in a heartbeat.
Right.
Not somebody that just. Cause that she's slow. Cause that means that you don't understand that you ain't even tried yourself first to know what you need and don't need. So that when somebody respond like that, I'm gonna need to know you're a little slow.
Well, because it's ideation stage. It's not even, you haven't even applied anything.
Yeah, you ain't applied nothing. So it's like, bro, you slow enough. I mean, you slow. You that slow to know that a theory is just gonna come to life without the idolization of just an idea, bro. You ain't did no work.
No, and it's like, when you're newer to it, especially like I remember I wanted everything done. I'm like, and then the further I go now, I'm like, nah, everything is coming at the right time. I just need to keep doing and testing things out, and it's
keep
like
the right people around you too.
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
I'm
keep
very
the right people
selective.
around you, man.
Yeah, I'm not like it's. I don't have like big groups of friends. I can count on my hand how many people are like actually close to me because I'm not about to mess with no energies. Like I ain't letting that in my.
But I think you have enough discernment and attract quality people to allow people into your energy that operate just like you. I'm thankful enough. I got some of the dopest female friends. Of course, Sarah. I got some of the dope. I got like some of the dopest female friends. I got some of the dopest friends. Like where it's like it's real love and those friends that we can have these uncomfortable conversations about development. We can have these conversations about what's wrong and right and ways to make more money. Done the type of fruitful relationships. Sometimes me and Sarah we get on the phone and just talk about life and just development stuff. And I get on the phone talking to my friends about the same thing too. Like, bro, how's your business doing? They be like, okay, bro, I've been making 20. I'm like, bro, let's get to $50,000 a month. Let's run some webinars. That's how I talk to my friends. Oh, bro, get that car, bro. What are you waiting for? Get it. I want life to live, my boy. It's just money. Make more.
I don't know why I just thought about the fact that they killed you off the skits.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you why that happened.
Okay.
I didn't have, because me running the business, I couldn't do both.
Okay.
Because there was film, there was days that would want to film all day. And I need to be on Zoom calls. I'm having like meetings. I might couldn't be there because I'm gone for 2 weeks here and there and stuff too. So I was like, but then stuff had slowed. But it was like 2 years later. And I should have told Mike, I said, bro, we could have just like, I could have went away and had to go out for a minute and came back when I had time to be back and forth.
Right.
But we decided to kill the person. So, and now I can't do nothing no more. Now I got time now too. So I can't even, I got to hide now when we film me. Cause they're like, Ty, you dead now. You can't really just come back to life. So.
We're talking about Country Wayne skits and he's dead on the skits and we had to film this one skit and he's just sitting there behind the pillow.
Yeah, and I got a high bang. They're like, Ty, you dead now. And I'm like, man.
He sat there for like 45 minutes without movement. I think you ended up falling asleep.
Yeah, well, I was knocked. I was tired too. I was like, all right, go ahead.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Tell people where they can find you. And
you can find me on all social media platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. At WB Burning. That's WBBURNEY. If those out there that are looking for personal development, trying to start a business, trying to get access to capital, trying to fix your credit to buy a home or, a car or, just get to the next level in life, please, hit me up and I got you.
Well, hit him up and let us know what you think. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. I think this was a great conversation. Very valuable. We haven't had somebody that valuable, actually.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
It's usually like just we're talking
about
people's stories, but I feel like you gave more game to people. I hope that they're going to get inspired to get better.
You could take these little details and start applying like those little nuances, what you need, who you need to become and that process. Even if you fail in life, it's okay. Yeah. And even realize how valuable you are when you're in a space where you know you're valuable and people don't see it.
Yeah.
Make them respect you.
Yeah. And I feel like if, once they watch the episode, you can always hit him up and then see if you can become a mentee.
Yeah,
right?
Let's get it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching the episode. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.